drum majors Chad Ramsey, Kristen Walker, and Chris Preston. The band begins its show with the powerful fanfare from the hit movie E.T., followed by the driving sounds of Stravinsky's Firebird Suite with soloist Suzanne Parker.
Stop! Ready? Go!
With soloists Pete Thompson and Philip Joprian.
3, 2, 1, hop, hop, ready, ho!
by one of our own directors, Mr. Myron Turner.
What you want, Mick? Two 5A classes between the
Can you see all right?
West Monroe team, because West Monroe is a young football team, and of course they've got this football game at home. Their other games are on the road at Ouachita and at Ruston. So Neville in a must-win situation. But as Lance Wright so aptly said in the Ouachita Citizen this past week, if they can grow up and mature and understand that Neville is Neville regardless, then West Monroe has an opportunity to come out of this football game in good situation. So I don't think that it's X's and O's tonight as more as which team wants it the worst, guys. And we'll just have to see as they get ready to toss the coin and kick it off here in Bill Ruppel Stadium.
Okay, well said, Bill, and incidentally, happy anniversary to Bill and Polly as the captains meet at the center of the field. It'll be co-captains for the Rebels, and that's Corey Brazil and Chad Pilcher, and tri-captains for the Neville Tigers will be Gary Manning, Dominic Jackson, and Justin Tarver. The Tigers in home uniforms, black jerseys with white pants, gold numerals, and the black helmets, and the West Monroe Rebels in one of my favorite uniforms, all silver, Jim. The silver jerseys, pants, and the blue and red trim, blue numerals across the back.
It looks like Neville has won the toss, and let's see. They're reflecting that right now. They will receive the football, and West Monroe will kick it off.
That suits these Rebels just fine. They'll be kicking off from the south end of the football field. Neville will have the football first. West Monroe will go on defense first, and they don't mind it like that one bit. Neville across the front. Jim talked about their wide receiver, Severa Doyle, 180-pound senior, a good one. The left tackle is Michael Newton. The left guard, Michael Moore. The center is Matt McCoy. Blake Phillips, 260-pound junior at right guard. Justin Tarver will be a senior right tackle, and the tight end is Tim Abney. Robert Lane, the freshman, 6'2" and 180 is the quarterback. The fullback is James Scalia, 185-pound junior. Wingman is Jeffrey Carter, a senior at 180, and Darius Burke, who has run for 355 yards, is the tailback, 175-pound senior. The Rebels up on offense will have Adam Barfield, a wide receiver, 156-pound junior. The other wideout is Brooks Greer, who has 17 catches and 8 touchdown receptions this year, 170-pound senior. Offensive line, the center, Hank Hamilton. Up in the offensive line, the guards, Jonathan Kaufman and Landon Fleming. The tackles, Ben Saunier and Ryan Simone. I think we're about to have the invocation, the national anthem. We're going to be back in 2 minutes. This is West Monroe football.
We ask you to guard, guide, and protect.
Jeremiah 9:24 says, "Let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord."
We would like to invite you to join us each Sunday morning at 9:24 a.m. in Fiesel Chapel at First Baptist Church of West Monroe for a brand new worship experience called 924. 924 features cutting-edge music, drama, video, and a message from our pastor, Dr. David Youth.
If you don't have a church home, 924 may be what you've been waiting for. We'll be looking for you this Sunday at First Baptist Church at 924. It's a worship for a new generation.
Tonight, the national anthem is presented by Jimmy Bryant, a member of the Neville High School Orchestra.
national anthem. Hear it very well. A very nice rendition done by a young man on the violin. A soul violinist playing the national anthem as the color guard presented the colors, and these teams on the sidelines were just about ready to get this football game underway. The opening District 2 5A football game of the year. Another big game going on District 2 5A tonight over in Ruston with the Washita Lions and Ruston Bearcats squaring off, and we'll try to keep you updated on that game as well.
That's a pretty good game. I thought you said that was a fiddle instead of a violin.
Well, you corrected me. I tell you, we call it a fiddle in West Monroe, Judge. Anyway, the Neville Tigers headed onto the field, about to receive the kickoff, and West Monroe will be kicking from the south end. Neville will be moving from the north to south. That'll be right to left from our vantage point. We're on an unusual side of the stadium. We're on the east side press box. Almost always your press box are located on the west side of the stadium. Tonight we're on the visiting stands here. They have press boxes on both sides of the facility here at Neville Tiger Ruppel Stadium. So Lee Deal, or will it be Alex Yurtis, will tee that ball up.
Oh, Yurtis.
It's going to be a Yurtis to kick it off for the Rebels. And dropping back for the Neville Tigers is the deep man. Is going to be Savannah Doyle. He's in the middle. He's the guy they want to get their hands on the football. There's the signal from the referee. This game is underway. A high, short kickoff. Going to bounce.
We might get it.
They have it. Rebels, they have it. I think they do. The 20-yard line.
Rebel football.
There, the Rebels were to recover the ball just outside the 20-yard line. Matt Richardson got on that ball for the Rebels. It's first down, West Monroe.
Hey, Bill, did you get a chance? Was that Matt Richardson on the recovery?
Yeah, it was, guys, and what a great job he did that time. I don't know what Neville was thinking about. They just cleared it like they cleared away from the football, and Matt was right on top of it.
Great opportunity for the Rebels on a first down at the Neville 20-yard line. Here's Chad Pilcher on first down and 10 yards
No,
to
Pilcher's
go.
in motion. He's going to
take it.
throw.
Gives to Pilcher. He will pass. Complete at the 10 and out of bounds without the 8-yard line. Tremissy and Davis caught the football. You're right, Jim. Mitch Tucker was down under at quarterback. He took the snap, pitched out to Chad Pilcher, who threw the football into the hands of Tremissy and Davis, and the Rebels have a first down and goal to go. The football is inside the 10 and about the 8-yard line of the Neville Tigers.
And, Frank, that's something we have not seen this year.
This time, the Rebels will send Chad Pilcher down under at quarterback and an I backfield back there. Tight ends on both sides.
Penalty flag.
Banks is the fullback, and Davis will be the tailback, but a flag went down as the Rebels came to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what this is all about.
It looks like it's going to go against the Neville Tigers offsides, and that'll move the ball that much closer to the end zone. Frank, going back to that kickoff, it was just a short kickoff, and Savannah Doyle was very deep at about the 5-yard line, and the ball hit at around the 20-yard line, and they just didn't go up and catch the football.
So the Rebels, after the half the distance penalty, have it to the 4-yard line of the Tigers. It's first down and goal to go. Give it to Mark Banks inside to the 3 to the 2. He's down to the 1-yard line, but he didn't get it in. Mark Banks got the call off right guard, and he drove it down to the 1-yard line where the Rebels have second down and goal to go.
And, Bill, that was a big-time lick at about the line of scrimmage. Banks was able to shake off the tackle and pick up some yardage.
It certainly was. Number 32 did a good job of reading the option that time as they just went power right up the middle. We'll watch it again, see if Banks gets it this time.
Second and goal. West Monroe from the 1-yard line. Same formation. Banks has it again, and he is driving. Did he get in? No, he isn't in yet. He stopped short of the goal line. It'll bring up third down and goal to go. Mark Banks got it again, Jim, but this time took it to the left side and was met by cornerback Marcus McFarland and others for the Tigers. That ball is only about a foot away from the goal line, and it is third down and goal to go. The Rebels recovering the kickoff as Neville didn't get on it. and have got a pass down to the 8-yard line, a penalty of the 4, and right now have third down and goal from 1 foot away.
And you could probably stick a credit card between the ball and the goal line.
Here's the quarterback.
Touchdown!
Banks. He is in for the score. Mark Banks with his 4th touchdown of the year, scoring from inside a yard, and the Rebels that quickly have taken a 6-0 lead. We played 1 minute and 10 seconds into the game.
Wow, what a start for the West Monroe High School Rebels. A big mistake on special teams. Matt Richardson came up with a big play, and then it was a little wrinkle in the offense that allowed a big gain. Chad Pilcher throwing the ball after receiving the pitch to Tremesian Davis, and then it was Mark Banks.
And let's go to Bill as Lee Deal kicks the extra point.
Well, we certainly can't talk about a sustained drive, but we can talk about Coach Show's opening things up, as Neville is going to get a personal foul penalty roughing the kicker, and that'll cost him 15 yards on the kickoff. But I tell you what, West Monroe has opened things up here early, and that's a good sign for Rebel fans.
We'll be back with a score. The Rebels 7, the Tigers nothing. You're listening to West Monroe football.
Jeremiah 9:24 says, "Let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord."
We would like to invite you to join us each Sunday morning at 9:24 a.m. in Fiesel Chapel at First Baptist Church of West Monroe for a brand new worship experience called 924. 924 features cutting-edge music, drama, video, and a message from our pastor, Dr. David Youth.
If you don't have a church home, 924 may be what you've been waiting for. We'll be looking for you this Sunday at First Baptist Church at 924. It's a worship for a new generation.
You can travel from coast to coast, and still you may never find a better deal on car insurance than the one you'll find right in your own neighborhood. Because right now, your local State Farm agent is offering new policyholders substantial discounts on car insurance. So now you can get all the benefits of a discount rate, plus all the benefits of State Farm's friendly personal service, wherever you call home. Call a State Farm agent today to learn how much you can save on insurance from the world's leading car insurer.
Richardson, who had great speed to get down there, Jim, and then, of course, they drive 20 yards to take a 7-0 lead.
Well, Frank, there was a personal foul roughing the kicker on number 82, Darius Williams, for Neville. And, Bill, I thought they would mark 15 yards and allow him to kick it further up the field.
Well, they told him that he would have a choice, and that means you just hit the kicker every time you touch the football.
Here's Doyle returning the kickoff out beyond the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and he runs into a wall as the Rebels stop him there. So West Monroe meeting Savannah Doyle. The tackle by Michael Sampanero for the Rebels. And Neville will take the football for the first time of the football game. They have it first down and 10. They'll have it at their own 22-yard line. But less than a minute and a half ticked off the clock, and the Rebels lead the Tigers 7-0.
Well, Bill, going back to that extra point, that PAT, I think you're right. That allows you simply just to rough the kicker on every play if there's no penalty. Because most kickers make it anyway.
Here's Robert Lane on first down, rolling left. He's going to run the ball. He's down. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all as he rolled to the left side and is met by Josh Delancey, the 215-pound senior. So Lane rolling left, unable to find anybody to throw through. Good pressure by the Rebels, and Delancey makes the tackle right along the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, about 10 yards to go now for the Tigers at their own 22.
And Frank, Jeffrey Carter, number 88, was running a little quick slant. Zach McVeigh just knocked him to the ground, and so he couldn't get up in time to try and receive the pass from Robert Lane.
Tigers, a couple of running backs on second and 10. Quick drop by Lane. Wants to throw. He fires. Pass is incomplete out there around the 35-yard line.
And he took a shot. Number 88 took a shot from Corey Brazil, and he's bending over. Frank, I'm not sure he's okay. That young man now is going to a knee at about the 20. He took a lick from Corey Brazil.
That was Jeffrey Carter, the intended receiver on the play, and Brazil did deliver a pretty good hit, but Carter staying in the game as he goes into the Neville huddle, and the Tigers have third down and 10 now at their own 22-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, if I'm West Monroe, I don't cover him on third down. I don't think he can do much good. He's a tough young man, Jeffrey Carter, but he's really hurting right now.
Jeffrey Carter goes left. He's still in the game, though, and Savannah Doyle is wide right. One running back, and Lane is back to throw on third and 10. Sets up a screen, complete out to the 20, and tripped up at the line of scrimmage, the 22-yard line. Good tackle by the Rebels there. Hayden. as J.R. Hayden. Jim smelled it out. They got it into the hands, I believe, of Scalia. Lucas Jackson is also there. And in 3 plays, the Tigers gain maybe a yard. It's 4th down and 9. They'll have to punt it away.
Well, Frank, you know one thing, and that's that the Neville coaching staff watched the film of last week's game because Moss Point had a lot of success throwing the short pass and the screen against the West Monroe defense. Jerry Arledge made the adjustment, and a great play by Hayden.
Benjamin Rogers is in punt formation, and J.J. Johnson is deep. Big rush, but the kick is away. It is
Very
a
short.
high, lazy punt, but it is short. Bounces at the Neville 40, crosses the 45, and will die out near the midfield stripe. So the Rebels will get the ball, a good field position, their second possession. They'll take it at their own 50-yard line with a 7-0 lead and 9:11 remaining in the first quarter. Let's check in with Bill.
Guys, I asked the side judge about that call on roughing the kicker. They don't do that anymore. They don't penalize on the kickoff. You can either move the ball half the distance and try for 2, or you can take the points, whatever your choice may be. But I'll tell you what, puts the kicker in a vulnerable situation every time he kicks the football.
Okay, Rebels at the 50. Pitch it out. Davis sweeping right.
Room.
Has room 45. Davis down to the 40. He's at the 35-yard line and down there. 15 yards on the toss sweep as Tremissy and Davis took it and just ran to the right side. Thad McFarland slung him down, but not before Tremissy and Davis picked up 15 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Rebels at the Neville 35-yard line.
And the Rebels, as you mentioned, Frank, start with great field position after only a 25-yard kick. It traveled about 15 yards in the air and about 10 yards via the roll.
Slot I formation set left for the Rebels. Give it inside. No, fake by Pilcher. Keeps it to the 30. He's still on his feet down to the 27-yard line. He got about 8 yards off the option down the line on the left side that time. Faked it to Banks, and Jim Pilcher had a huge hole in the left side and picked up 8 yards on the play. Great blocking in the offensive line.
He really did. Chad Pilcher had a ton of room to run. After he faked to Mark Banks, the defense kind of collapsed a little bit on Banks, and the defense that didn't collapse on Banks, they were collapsed by the Rebel offensive line.
So from the 27-yard line of the Tigers, 2nd down, a couple of yards to go, and somebody jumps. Big number 76, Landon Fleming, came charging across there, but did the defensive player bringing him across? No, it's going to be against the Rebels. 5-yard step off against West Monroe, moving back beyond the 30, back to about the 32-yard line of Neville, and now the Rebels have 2nd down, about 7 yards to go.
And right now, Landon Fleming's going to come out of the ball game. William Gregory will replace him, and could be a big penalty. It was 1st down and very short. Now it's 2nd down and long. Ouachita leads Ruston 7-0.
Wow. Here the Rebels, and they're stopping play again before the snap of the football. Pilcher got the ball, but the whistles are blowing and plays being stopped, and another penalty is going to be assessed, and it looks as if it's going against the Rebels again.
It will be against West Monroe. Bill, did you see that penalty?
Yeah, just moving across. Actually, the slot receiver moved early, jumped early, and the side judge threw the flags. That'll cost 5 yards. And here we are now with good field position on this drive. Had a good 1st down run, and now we're backing ourselves up 10 yards in penalties.
Ball is back at the 37-yard line of the Tigers, where the Rebels have it 2nd down and 12 yards to go now. Slot I set left, and here's Pilcher faking, keeping. He's at the 35, down to the 30, down to the 25. A great block to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Chad Pilcher for the Rebels. A 37-yard touchdown run.
He needed one block, and he got it from Tremissy and Davis. Tremissy was following Chad on the play. He accelerated, got in front of the quarterback, made a tremendous block on number 30. Thad McFarland knocked him to the ground, and he had nothing but pay dirt ahead of him.
Pilcher scored 4 touchdowns in the game last week. But, Jim, are they bringing this thing back? Do we have a penalty marker we didn't see? Bill, what's going on?
Yeah, they're going to call holding, guys, at about the 30-yard line, or about the 28-yard line. They'll mark it back 10, and that's not going to give us a 1st down. They're still going to bring the ball back at about the 39, right at the 40-yard line. So a holding penalty, and it must have been out there on the wide receiver, Jim. What we thought was a good block, at least that's what the call was.
Well, it was a 37-yard run by Pilcher, nullified by the holding penalty. The ball has moved back to the Neville 40, and now it's 2nd down again, but 2nd down and 15 yards to go.
Well, they didn't call holding on Tremissy and Davis because he didn't have time. He knocked his man on his backside.
One running back, the fullback Banks behind the quarterback. He'll take the ball, going to run a little reverse play. Here comes Pilcher running the ball to the 35. Gets by a man to the 31-yard line and is knocked down there. Had one guy to beat, and he made the tackle on him. That was Tucker Jefferson, the linebacker for the Tigers. The Rebels ran a double reverse that time. Came back the other way. Again, they had snuck Pilcher out as a wide receiver to the left side. He ended up getting the last handoff, got one block, and sprung him down inside the 35. He went down on the 31, picked up 9 yards on the play, and there the Rebels have 3rd down and 6.
And folks, we're a little bit dizzy watching the West Monroe offense. I can just imagine what the Neville Tiger defense is thinking right now. Their heads appear to be on the swivel.
Rebels back to a more traditional formation, a pro eye. Pilcher asked for timeout as he came to the line of scrimmage. We'll be back in 60 seconds. The Rebels are going to have 3rd down and 6 yards to go and lead it 7-0. This is West Monroe football.
Now CenturyTel's made it twice as affordable to get cellular by cutting your access charges in half. And even that's only half the story. Get cellular with CenturyTel now and get digital access and 200 digital minutes as low as $17.50 a month. Half price. Want more savings? Sign up now and get a great Nokia digital phone with extended talk time battery for only $49.99. Ask about great savings on other CenturyTel plans too. Why think twice? Get to CenturyTel now and get cellular access for half price.
The Hickson Autoplex gives you
the best buying experience anywhere.
We start with selection, 4 franchises.
Over 30 different car and truck lines.
Acres of new and used inventory. Where else can you find over 1,200 vehicles?
And you'll like the way Hickson does business. We think it's about respect, about reliability, about finding unexpected ways to please our customers.
In price, our bottom line pricing policy assures that everyone pays the same low Hickson price.
Hickson Autoplex Alexandria.
And Monroe. Unless the Hickson name is on your car or truck, you probably paid too much.
Here we go. Rebels have 3rd down, about 6 yards to go from the Neville 31-yard line. Pilcher takes the ball and fakes.
He's got room
He's to the
again.
25. Pilcher, the 20-yard line, and a 1st down run down to about the 17-yard line goes Chad Pilcher. Great run again by Pilcher. Off the option. The Rebels get the 1st down as Sean Jackson makes the tackle. As they unpile, they'll put that ball down near the 15-yard line where it's 1st down and 10. And wow, is Chad Pilcher off to a great start.
Well, he certainly is, and no flags on that last play. That time he was so wide open, Pilcher was on the option, that Ben Sonye didn't even have anybody to block. He was about 10 yards down the field looking for somebody to block.
1st down and 10, the Rebels from the 15-yard line of the Tigers, and here's Banks with the ball straight ahead for about 5 yards, bowling his way down near the 10-yard line goes fullback Mark Banks, who came into the game with 454 yards rushing on the year, and he drove it behind good blocking that time down outside the 10, call it the 11, where Alex Marles made the tackle, and West Monroe has 2nd down and 6 from the Neville 11-yard line.
And that score is now tied 7-7 between Ruston and Washita.
Wow, here are the Rebels from the 11, and here's Pilcher in the option, and giving it again to Banks. He's inside the 10, he's down to the 80, fumbles the football, scramble for it, the 8-yard line. Neville thinks they have it. We'll wait for the official. Let's see who will be awarded the football. The Tigers recover the fumble. Mark Banks had the football. It blasted inside the 10, lost the handle on it, and the Tigers recover at the 8-yard line. Well, let's go to Bill Nars.
Well, guys, I thought that Mark had his knee had hit the ground, but evidently Neville was just trying to grab for the football rather than tackle Mark, as you saw him make his way through the defensive line, and they just stripped the ball as he was going down. It was a close call, and I thought the official had run in there to rule that his knee had touched the ground, but evidently he was looking for another call.
So how big is that holding call now?
Pretty big. Rebels lead it 7-0. Tigers, Robert Lane gives it inside. Driving ahead is James Scalia, I believe. He's out across the 10, bangs it out to about the 11-yard line. And the Rebels knock him down there. A number of Rebels are there, led by the middle linebacker, Lucas Jackson. So the Tigers get about 3 yards on the play straight ahead. It's 2nd down, 7 for the Tigers at their own 11-yard line.
Scalia's a pretty good one, Frank. Only 5'8" inches tall, but he's about 185, 190. And he runs low to the ground, has 316 yards rushing coming into this ball game.
He's the only back this time behind quarterback Robert Lane on 2nd down and 7, and Lane is dropping back to throw, looking.
Quick pass is covered.
The pass is knocked down, incomplete. Well defended out there, intended, I believe, for Jeffrey Carter. And one of the Rebel defenders got a hand on that ball and knocked it down. I believe it was the cornerback Derek Fleming making the play.
It was indeed Derek Fleming. He had 3 passes defense coming into this ball game. That will be number 4. It was just a little quick curl, quick pattern run by the receiver receiver, and Robert Lane wanted to hit him quick, but Derek Fleming had great coverage, and he really had nowhere to throw the football.
Tigers 3rd down 7. Football at their own 11-yard line. They trail the Rebels 7-0 early in the first quarter, and Lane is rolling left. Looks to throw. He is firing on the run. The pass is caught out of the 15 and out of bounds at the 16-yard line, and a flag goes down. Doyle made the reception. He is short, I believe, of the first down, near the first down stick as he went out of bounds. But did they throw a penalty marker? Corey Brazil made the tackle. Jim, did a flag go down?
A late hit personal foul. Bill, you were right there. Who was it on against West Monroe?
Yeah, they're going to call it on Glenn Trail Ware. But Glenn Trail, the young man caught the football and tried to stay in bounds. Glenn Trail hooked up with him at about the 15-yard line, and they went out of bounds together. And Huey, the side judge just threw the flag over there. And there's a guy back here named Huey, and he was hollering and screaming. But anyway, they called the personal foul, a late hit out of bounds. But I thought they had locked up in bounds and just carried it outside, almost on the track.
Penalty moved the ball to the 30-yard line of Neville, and the Tigers have a first down there. First down and 10 yards to go. Scalia, the running back, behind Lane. Lane is rolling right, wants to throw. He sets, he looks, he throws long down the field. It is intercepted. Yes, Rebels have it, and down at the 40-yard line of the Rebels. Ron Macbeth with another interception for the Rebels. A leaping interception at the West Monroe 40-yard line.
Looked like Robert Lane, Frank, was trying to hit Severa Doyle, and Doyle was running a flag pattern. He was open underneath, but the ball was thrown too high, and playing in deep coverage was Ron Macbeth. He went up, made a leaping interception, and that gives the football right back to the West Monroe High School Rebels.
5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of the game. Rebels will take it for the 3rd time in the game. First time they scored from 20 yards out after recovering the opening kickoff. Second time had a drive going when they fumbled it away. J.J. Johnson in the backfield this time behind quarterback Chad Pilcher. First down from the Rebel 40. Pilcher to throw long down the field. Brooks Greer down here. He has it, and he's down. No, he dropped it. It is incomplete. Brooks Greer behind the defender, Jim. Had a step on him. He had it for a moment, but he dropped it, and a good defensive play by Thaddeus McFarland to shake Greer loose from the football. So it is a long, incomplete pass as Pilcher tried to tag up with Brooks Greer, and the Rebels have 2nd down and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
They worked Davis and Greer to the right side. Davis ran a short route, and Greer just simply ran down the field, and he was open. The ball was a bit underthrown, and that allowed Thaddeus McFarland to get back and break it up.
So the Rebels at the 40-yard line, and here's the given side, 45-50. That's going to be Day to the 40, the Tigers 30, 25-20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Rebels!
No flag!
Dade goes the distance.
No flags on the
60-yard touchdown run by Edward Dade. Took the handoff from the fullback slot and ran the distance, and the Rebels add 6 more, and indeed, no flags on the play.
Bill, that was quite a run by Edward Dade. He had a big hole up the middle. Give a lot of credit to Hank Hamilton, Lance Wright, and Jonathan Kaufman.
Well, he certainly did, guys, but I'll tell you what, Neville's given us a lot of opportunities. It was good that we capitalized on that one.
So Lee Deal will come on for his 2nd extra point attempt of the night. This will come out of the hold of Adam Barfield. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 4:40 remaining first quarter, it's West Monroe 14 and Neville nothing. This is West Monroe football.
I love my truck. Ryan Chevy truck.
Ryan Chevrolet is under the gun. We're overstocked. More than 2,000 trucks are coming. We've got to liquidate over 100 Silverado extended cabs. Get a 2000 Silverado with automatic air, cruise and tilt, now $235 per month. 99 Suburban. We're overstocked. Get $5,300 off MSRP. Get the longest lasting, most dependable trucks on the road at the year's best prices. Ryan Chevrolet, Monroe.
One in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. This year alone, over 1 million will need a breast biopsy. That's why every woman should know about Mammotome, a highly accurate procedure that helps doctors diagnose early-stage breast cancer. Mammotome is easier on the body and requires no stitches. As with any medical procedure, Mammotome may present risks, so talk to your doctor. To find out more, call this number now.
Alex Ayertis will kick it off for West Monroe, and a sailing kickoff is going to be taken at the Tiger 25, back across the 30, and knocked down about the 32-yard line.
Landon Hughes, I believe, number 21.
He was one of the up men. You're right, Jim. Hughes took that ball, made a good catch of that sailing kickoff, and returned it out to the 32-yard line of the Tigers, where Neville will take it for the 3rd time tonight. And they'll have first down and 10 there. Tigers have picked up 1 first down so far in the game, and that was on that personal foul against the Rebels.
Frank, going back to that touchdown run by Dave, West Monroe split Davis and Greer out to one side. They ran the ball away from those two guys, and they drew a lot of attention. And Dave was inserted in place of Banks, who has a lot of speed.
Tigers in an I backfield. Pitch it out to Darius Burke. Sweeping
Nowhere to run.
Nothing there. Losing a couple of yards back to the 29-yard line. Rebels led by Lucas Jackson, the linebacker, and swarming Darius Burks as he tried to the sweep to the left side. 2 yards loss on the play. Tigers will have second down and 12 at their own 29-yard line.
Frank, that play was made by number 23, the right cornerback, Zach McVeigh. He held the block, and he would not be denied, and he held his position. That forced the running back to go outside of him, and that allowed pursuit and help from the Rebel defense to come.
Tigers one running back this time. That's Scalia behind Lane. Lane rolling right to throw. He fires into the flat. The pass dropped on the ground at the 33. He's going to call it incomplete. He trapped it. He actually tried to make a diving catch. He was on the ground when Severa Doyle reached for the football. It is ruled incomplete. So they'll bring it back to the Tiger 29-yard line. And there, Neville will have third down and 12 yards to go with 3:49 remaining in the first quarter, and West Monroe leading the Tigers 14-0.
And the official marked it in the wrong spot. He marked it at the initial spot when they had first down, but they lost 2 on first down, and he now has corrected that and moved the football back. But Doyle had a chance to catch it. He fell down. The ball hit him in the stomach, but he dropped it.
Carter goes wide left. To the right side is Doyle. Running back Scalia. Lane back to throw on 3rd and 12. Into the flat he goes. The pass is incomplete. Intended for the big tight end, Tim Abney, but a little bit overthrown. And for the Tigers, they have 4th down and 12. Glentrell Ware had drifted off on the coverage that time. And we'll see Benjamin Rogers come on to punt it away once again for the Neville Tigers. And once again, the Rebels will send the dangerous J.J. Johnson deep to return this punt. Of course, Demario Taylor, Jim, injured and not playing tonight.
They tell us he will not play tonight. Glentrell Ware with great coverage on the play. Had that ball not been high, he had a chance maybe to run it back. Corey Brazil is also back as a deep receiver.
Big rush, but Ben Rogers gets the punt away. A high, short punt. Going to bounce at the Rebel 46, inside the 45. Takes a Tiger bounce inside the 40 of West Monroe. And it'll go dead at the 38-yard line. So a good punt and a nice roll for the Tigers. Benjamin Rogers, and the Rebels will take it first down and 10. They'll have it at their own. We'll call it the 39-yard line of West Monroe, enjoying a 14-0 lead.
About a 32, 33-yard kick that time for the Tigers, but still West Monroe with great field position, and they have a chance to go up by 3 touchdowns.
Jared Pickett comes wide right for the Rebels. The quarterback is Chad Pilcher. I backfield behind him back there, and he'll give it to the fullback. Straight ahead is Dade across the 40, bangs it out to the 43-yard line. Last time Edward Dade got the ball, he ran for 60 yards and a touchdown. That time he got 4 yards as Dominic Jackson, a 240-pound senior tackle, made the stop for the Tigers. 2nd and 6 for the Rebels at their own 43.
And we hesitate, folks, a little bit to tell you who's at quarterback because 1 minute it's Pilcher, 1 minute it's Tucker, and they're both in the game at the same times often.
Pilcher's in there now, though, and he'll take it and fake it and keep the football to the 45 and spun down about the 45 or 46-yard line as Pilcher. Short of the first down. Again, Dominic Jackson makes the tackle for the Neville Tigers, and the Rebels at their own 46-yard line will have third down. We'll call it 3 yards to go.
And now Tucker is in the ball game. Pilcher is coming out. Let's see if he's coming all the way out.
That was my thought exactly. But he is out of the game as Mitch Tucker, the 175-pound junior, is in there. Tucker with an eye behind him takes that ball and runs the option himself, and he's going down short of the first down. Didn't pitch. He ran the option. He is knocked down for no gain. In fact, lost a yard. Back to the Rebel 45-yard line. So we'll see the Rebels in punt formation for the first time tonight as Mims Boyce will drop back to punt it on 4th down and 4.
I would have liked to have seen Mitch be able to get that ball back to Tremesian Davis on that play. I think he was wide open had he received the pitch. We've got an update on the score. Ruston 14, Ouachita 7.
Wow. Here's Severa Doyle back to receive the punt now from Mims Boyce of the Rebels. There's the snap, 3-man rush, punt away by Boyce, hit it nicely, bouncing the Tiger 25. Takes a Rebel bounce inside the 20. That ball is going to be dead at about the 17-yard line of the Tigers. So Neville will take it there, trailing 14-0. We'll have a chance to head to the sidelines at Ruppel Stadium and a chat with Bill Nars.
Well, guys, y'all said it a while ago. The only first down by the Tigers via the penalty on the late hit out of bounds. The Neville offense has not done anything thus far in this football game, although the young quarterback Lane was quoted as saying this week that he'd never lost to a 2-5-8 team in his football career. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Here he is coming to the line of scrimmage with James Scalia behind him at fullback. A couple of receivers go right and one goes left, and here's a give to Scalia.
Big
Hold
hole.
to the 20, 25. Scalia blasts his way out to about the 29, maybe the 30-yard line, and that's the first down run for the 185-pound junior fullback James Scalia of the Tigers. He came into the game with 316 yards rushing on the year. Corey Brazil finally wrapped him up that time, but the Tigers a first down and 10, their own 30, a good hold and a nice run by James Scalia of Neville.
And that was a big-time collision with Scalia, between Scalia and Corey Brazil. It looked like the Rebel defense shifted, Frank, at the last minute to the left, and the Neville offense, that last play, came right behind that shift.
First down and 10 from the 30. Lane down the line will fake the football.
Oh,
and
he's
keep
in
it
trouble.
And give ground in big trouble, and he is going down, losing big yardage. 5-6 yards lost on the play. Back inside the 25-yard line, about the 24 is Lane. He ran an option, Jim. He kept giving ground, and the Rebels, Zach McVeigh and Derek Fleming in hot pursuit, and they ran him down, and he lost 6 on the play. Back to the Neville 24-yard line.
Well, it looked like he was running the option. I guess it was, but he didn't have a fella to pitch it back to. And I think he wishes he now that he had someone to pitch the football back to. He was in trouble from the get-go.
Second down and 16 yards to go for the Tigers now. One running back, Scalia, behind the quarterback, freshman Robert Lane. Lane will hand to Scalia. He is going to be hit at the 25 and drop there. Nice tackle. Mims Boyce is there, and also Lucas Jackson did the damage. So they'll get a yard to the 25-yard line, and there the Tigers have third down and 15 yards to go. Late in the first quarter, and the Rebels leading at 14-0.
And a big third down coming up for the Neville offense as we approach the end of the first quarter of play. We have less than 20 seconds now to play, and I'm not sure if they can get this play off. Yes, they will have to get this play off before the first quarter ends.
Tigers third and 15, back split behind Lane, usually a passing situation. He's dropping back to throw, big rush, comes out of the pocket, looks to throw, fires far side, the pass is incomplete and almost intercepted. Derek Fleming diving for the football, and it's fourth down for the Tigers. They will have to punt it away, and we show no time remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back with a second period of play from Ruppel Stadium. The score, the Rebels 14, the Tigers nothing. This is West Monroe football.
Jeremiah 9:24 says, "Let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord."
We would like to invite you to join us each Sunday morning at 9:24 a.m. in Fiesel Chapel at First Baptist Church of West Monroe for a brand new worship experience called 924. 924 features cutting-edge music, drama, video, and a message from our pastor, Dr. David Yu.
If you don't have a church home, 924 may be what you've been waiting for. We'll be looking for you this Sunday at First Baptist Church at 924. It's a worship for a new generation.
Remember, we are a dealership like no other. The Honda Store. We're on Washington Street in Monroe.
Hit at the Neville 40, bounced all the way back to the Tiger 35, and finally killed at the Neville 34-yard line. Great field position for the Rebels, and that's going to be an awfully short punt by Rogers. It didn't go too long in the air, Jim, and then when it hit, it bounced back toward the Neville goal line.
It went about 20 yards, but then it bounced back 10. So they only netted 10 yards on the punt. They would not have picked up a first down kicking the football that time, Frank.
So the West Monroe Rebels with a 1st and 10 at the Neville 34-yard line. Early in the second period of play. Chad Pilcher down under at quarterback on 1st down and 10 yards to go. Will run the option. He'll fake.
He's got room.
He's at the 30, 25. Pilcher the 20-yard line to the 15, and finally down to the 14-yard line is Chad Pilcher, the Rebels. He runs for 21 yards and a first down. Thaddeus McFarland finally wrapped him up, but again, another great run, Jim, by the Rebel quarterback Chad Pilcher, taking up where he left off a week ago.
Well, they told us, even though he had played defense last year, that he was going to be something to see watching him run the option this year, and he's really getting into a groove over the last few weeks. He's really playing well.
First down, the Rebels at the Tiger 14 after that run by Chad Pilcher. Mark Banks, the fullback. Tremisian Davis is back there at tailback. Pilcher audibilizing at the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to move the big tight end, Andrew Whitworth, and the Rebels ask for timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. It's 14-0, the Rebels, and this is West Monroe football.
Now CenturyTel's made it twice as affordable to get cellular by cutting your access charges in half. And even that's only half the story. Get cellular with CenturyTel now and get digital access and 200 digital minutes as low as $17.50 a month. Half price. Want more savings? Sign up now and get a great Nokia digital phone with extended talk time battery for only $49.99. Ask about great savings on other CenturyTel plans too. Why think twice? Get to CenturyTel now and get cellular access for half price.
The Hickson Autoplex here in Monroe gives you
the best buying experience anywhere.
acres of new and used inventory to choose from. Where else can you find over 1,200 vehicles?
Example, 99 F-150 Super Cab Lariats, 20 to choose from, all at $4,500 off MSRP.
Rows of 99 Eddie Bauer Expeditions, all loaded, just $469 a month.
99 Escorts starting at just $10,995.
Here at Hickson Autoplex in Monroe. Unless the Hickson name is on your car truck, you probably paid too much.
14-yard line, 1st and 10. Pitch it out. Davis sweeping right
Look
from
out,
the 14.
he's got room.
Davis at the 10, the 5. He is down about the 3-yard line. Tremisian Davis, again, the toss sweep, Jim. They pitched it out to Davis behind good blocking. He just rolled to the right side, and Davis is down to about the 3-yard line, where the Rebels should have first down and goal to go. Very near it anyway. Maybe not. It may not quite be a first down as they put the ball down. Let's call it the 4-yard line. 2nd down and less than a yard needed for the first down.
Mark Banks is an awfully good running back. He runs the football well, Frank, but he doesn't take a play off when he has to block. He got a good block on that last play.
And
Banks.
here's the give to Banks. He's in for the touchdown. 4 yards out. Mark Banks with a second score of the night. He blasts in from 4 yards out, and the Rebels make it 20-0.
Unbelievable, Bill. It's 20-0. And I think Neville's on the ropes right now.
Well, I think you're right, Jim. And, of course, we talked about it earlier. We've had some opportunities other than this one. We fumbled the ball down on about the 11-yard line. Just excellent offensive execution so far for West Monroe tonight, with the exception of that one fumble.
Well, the Rebels got great field position that time to start the drive. Had a good run by Pilcher, another by Davis, setting up Mark Banks' touchdown run. Lee Deal's extra point is up and good. And again, we'll pause and return with a score. The Rebels 21, the Tigers nothing. This is West Monroe football.
Throughout Northeast Louisiana, values matter, families matter,
people matter,
and at Hibernia, service matters. The kind that brings value and convenience to you, with checking and savings accounts that actually give you something back. Maybe it's time to switch to Hibernia. We understand the things that matter most to you. Hibernia.
A 4-inch incision. Double bypass and home in 3 days. Minimally invasive. While others talk technology, we use it. Heart surgery at St. Francis Medical Center.
Out to the 20-yard line. Landon Hughes again on the return is going to be stopped at the 23-yard line. So Landon Hughes on the kickoff return for the Tigers. They get it back to about their own 23-yard line. Well, they'll have it first down and 10. But early in the second quarter, 10:32 remaining here in the second quarter of this football game. And the Rebels lead the Tigers 21-0. Matt Richardson, who recovered that opening kickoff recovery, just made the tackle that time, along with Keith Thompson for the Rebels. Here are the Tigers. Robert Lane, the freshman quarterback, has Scalia, the only running back behind him, and he's going to give it to Scalia. Straight ahead he goes across the 25, and he kind of bulls his way out to about the 29-yard line. 5 yards and heavy traffic for James Scalia. As Lisso Jones, 235-pound senior defensive end, who's been a very pleasant surprise for these Rebels this year, made the tackle. Actually, that ball is out to the 30-yard line, so the gain is 6. We're at 2nd down and 4.
Good surge by that offensive line, and really that's been the best play for the Neville Tigers, running inside with Scalia.
Tigers have Scalia and Darius Burks back there, and Burks gets it this time, and he runs into a wall. He is stopped for no gain at the 30-yard line. Rebels stood him up, and not an inch did Darius Burks gain that time as he took the handoff and hit the left side and ran to a number of silver-shirted West Monroe Rebels. They knocked him down right along the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Lissow Jones again led the attack and had help from his friends on that play.
And Lissow really has played well this year. Frankie didn't get a chance to play the last 2 years. He talked about it in the Washita Citizen in an interview because he was playing behind Brian West and Terrence Carver.
3rd and 4.
Heavy pressure.
Lane. He throws. Knocked out, incomplete, and almost intercepted. That was number 36, Ron Macbeth, Jim, who stepped in front and almost made the play.
He almost made the play, and had he made the play, he would have scored a touchdown.
So it's 4th down for the Tigers. They again will have to punt it away. It's 3 and out for Neville. 4th down, about 4 yards to go. Football resting on the Neville 30-yard line. J.J. Johnson, a dangerous return man, is deep. And for the Tigers, once again, Benjamin Rogers will be in punt formation.
I wouldn't be surprised at some type of fake. The punting game is not doing much.
High snap, 2-man rush, and he gets the kick away. Soft, lazy punt, going to bounce about midfield. Does take a Neville bounce into Rebel territory, the 45, inside the 40, and rolls to the 39-yard line of West Monroe, where the Rebels will take the ball with a 21-0 lead. 1st down and 10. Let's go to the field. Here's Bill.
Well, I tell you what, guys, just an awfully dominating performance by West Monroe so far, as the Neville offense has done absolutely nothing on this football field tonight so far. And we're just into the 2nd quarter, and West Monroe has a chance now to really put this game out of reach, I think, if they can score on this drive. May have already done so, but certainly with a score here.
I don't know that it's out of reach just yet, but West Monroe certainly is playing well right now.
Mitch Tucker is the quarterback. He's in a shotgun. He has the snap. He passes. This pass caught out of the 47 and out of the 48-yard line is Brooks Greer with the ball. He is down near midfield. That's going to be an 11-yard gain and a 1st down. Was it Tucker or was it Pilcher who made the grab?
Pilcher made the catch. Pilcher made the catch. It was Tucker throwing. Brooks Greer was on the left side that time.
You're right. Greer is number 5. Pilcher wears number 3 and plays all over the field. And it's 1st down the Rebels at the midfield stripe as Mitch Tucker's pass went to Chad Pilcher.
Pilcher again split out wide to the right side, Frank.
And Mitch Tucker again is in the shotgun for the Rebels. 1st and 10 from the 50. Tucker to throw it. He fakes. He rolls right. He is going to throw the pass. Caught. 6-yard gain to the 44-yard line and down immediately. That may have been Pilcher again who made the grab. Hard to say. It was Pilcher who made the catch. And he was hit immediately and driven down. The Rebels get 6 yards on that completed pass from Mitch Tucker. Down to the 44-yard line. Cedric Bursey made the tackle. At the Tiger 44, the Rebels have 2nd down and 4 yards to go.
Good presence that time in the pocket by Mitch Tucker. He looked to his left, no one was open, and then he rolled to his right, and he found Chad Pilcher. What a great catch by Chad Pilcher.
This time Pilcher goes in a slot on the right side, and Greer comes back left as they switch sides. Going to have to hurry now. 7 seconds on the snap clock, asking for timeout. So we'll take this timeout, and we'll be back with the Rebels ahead 21-0. This is West Monroe football.
1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. This year alone, over 1 million will need a breast biopsy. That's why every woman should know about Mammotome, a highly accurate procedure that helps doctors diagnose early-stage breast cancer. Mammotome is easier on the body and requires no stitches. As with any medical procedure, Mammotome may present risks, so talk to your doctor. To find out more, call this number now.
I love my truck, a round Chevy truck.
Ryan Chevrolet is under the gun. We're overstocked. More than 2,000 trucks are coming. We've got to liquidate over 100 Silverado extended cabs. Get a 2000 Silverado with automatic air, cruise and tilt, now $235 per month. 99 Suburban, we're overstocked. Get $5,300 off MSRP. Get the longest lasting, most dependable trucks on the road at the year's best prices. Ryan Chevrolet, Monroe.
At Neville Tiger Bill Ruppel Stadium, we have 8 minutes remaining in the 1st half. The Rebels have a 21-0 lead, and the ball at the 44-yard line of the Tigers was 2nd down, about 4. Shotgun formation again for quarterback Mitch Tucker. Has the snap. Big rush, sets up a quick screen. And a first down reception by Brooks Greer. Indeed, it was a good move, Jim. After he made the catch of the little slip screen, and he got it down to the Tiger 37-yard line for a first down, where the tackle was made for Neville by Ivan Ludley.
And I think Ludley may be down on the play, Bill. Which player is that down on the ground for? Excuse me, it's not Ludley, but one of their big linemen.
I'm not sure, Jim. All I can see is a 5 or a 2. And he's just, if he's face down on the ground, we'll see if we can't get a number for you. It looks like number 51. Number 51 is injured on the play. And they're looking at his ankle or his knee, one of the two. And of course, Glenwood Sports Gear has a representative here at Neville High School as well, like we do here with Kirk Frennan.
Well, that's Dominic Jackson, the injured player, and he's a good one. He's the defensive tackle, a 240-pound senior. He's already made several tackles in the game, and he'll get some help and be leaving the field. And he does suffer from an ankle injury, and the crowd here gives him a hand as he leaves the field at Rubel Stadium.
And Frank, he was one of the captains, so he's one of the keys to that Rebel defense.
Good football player.
But I tell you what, on that last play, Mitch Tucker, had he got out of that shoestring tackle, he had a wall of defenders ahead of him. Of course, he had the wall of defenders ahead of him because I'm not sure they blocked anybody before
Brooks Greer has that great speed, Jim, and of course excessive quickness as well. This time the Rebels go down under at quarterback, and it's going to be Tucker again at quarterback, and Pilcher stays in the game as a wideout to the left side. Brooks Greer goes to the other side. West Monroe with a deuce formation, 2 receivers to each side. First down from the Tiger 37. Tucker's going to pitch it out. Davis sweeping left to the 35. He is down at the 34-yard line. 3, maybe 4 yards on the toss sweep to the left side. Marcus McFarland, the cornerback, stayed home and made the tackle on Tremisian Davis as he swept to the left side. A gain of 3 down to the Tiger 34-yard line. West Monroe will have second down and 7 yards to go.
And guess who was blocking on McFarland on that last play, Frank?
Chad Pilcher.
We wondered what if there was anything he couldn't do. Well, we know that he blocks pretty well. Not a big game, but still he was able to hold off his man long enough for Davis to pick up about 3 yards.
Right, back to the shotgun goes Tucker, 2nd and 7, and a draw play, giving off to Davis, looks for room, and he fights his way down to about the 31-yard line on that side.
He's still going.
Finally, they get him down. We'll see where they mark the forward progress. Alex Marles made the tackle on Tremisian Davis. He was standing alongside Tucker back there in the shotgun, and Mitch took the snap and just snuck the ball into the paws of Tremisian Davis, and he rambled down to the 31-yard line of the Tigers, where West Monroe will have 3rd down and 4 yards to go, with 6:40 remaining in the first half of this game, and the Rebels leading at 21-0.
And Ruston leading Ouachita 21-14.
Pilcher back at quarterback on this play, and he's going to run the
straight
option.
up the middle.
Straight ahead to Banks. He breaks a tackle to 30, drives
to
the 25, and he's finally down to the 22-yard line. Mark Banks running hard, breaking tackles along the way. Thaddeus McFarland and Marcus McFarland combining the tackle for Neville, but not before Banks drives for the first down at the Tiger 22-yard line.
And Mark is going to get a break right now, but what a blue-collar run.
That was a great run.
I tell you what, all of his yards are very hard, and they're hard-earned, very tough yards, and boy, I love that young man.
Dade in at fullback now. 1st down and 10, the Rebels, the 22. Give it off to Davis, and he slips and falls in the backfield. Back at the 25-yard line, Davis loses 3 or 4 yards on the play. Just lost his footing on the turf trying to cut back there, Jim, as he was trying to take the handoff from Pilcher. So back to the 25-yard line. It'll be second down, about 13 yards to go.
Scott Nelson, number 77, big number 77, with the penetration that time for Neville, and he caused Tremisian to try to cut back, and he lost his footing.
So the Rebels back to the 25. Let's call it second down 13 now. We'll send a wide receiver, Greer, to the right side. Everybody else is in tight. Tight ends left and right. And Chad Pilcher, the quarterback on this play, will send the man in motion. He will hand a fake inside, rolls right to the play action. He's looking to throw down around the end zone.
Intercepted.
This pass intercepted and down back at the 3-yard line. Tigers make the interception, and immediately the tackle is made by Brooks Greer. And we'll try to get the number of the young man who made the interception back at the 3-yard line.
There was a penalty flag on the play. Looks like a holding against West Monroe, so obviously Neville will decline the penalty and take the ball at about the 1-yard line. Bill, did you see who made the interception? They had double coverage on Brooks Greer, and Chad with a bad throw that time.
Didn't get to see the number, Jim. As soon as he caught the football, Greer tackled him at about the 1-yard line. And then he just hustled off the field with the help of another guy. Looked like he was shaking up. May have fell on the football and kind of knocked the breath. Anyway, his teammate picked him up and shielded that number. So I have no idea who that was that intercepted the football. But it was a great play And now the football, guys, is awfully close to touching that
it
goal
is.
line.
You're right, Bill. I said the 3, but that ball is back inside the 1-yard line for the Tigers. Rebel crowd cheering their defense with the Tigers with their backs against the wall. But they did make a fine play on the interception of Chad Pilcher's pass.
And the Rebel fans want a safety, Frank.
Robert Lane, the freshman quarterback, down under at the 1-yard line. He'll take that football and give it to Scalia, running straight ahead, and he drives out to about the 3, maybe the 4-yard line, trying to give the Tigers a little breathing room, and he will do it on that play. Got about 3. Ricky Gio and others are there to make the stop for West Monroe. It'll be second down, 7 yards to go for the Tigers. The ball out near the 4-yard line.
And now they're going to move it back a little bit, Frank.
Yeah,
to
maybe
about,
near the 3.
Maybe
right.
almost inside the 3. Looked like when he hit the ground, he scooted an extra yard or 2. And, of course, once you hit the ground, wherever the ball is, that's where they're going to spot it.
We'll call it second down and 8 yards to go from the 3. Andrew Whitworth enters the game defensively for the Rebels. The Tigers have an eye backfield behind Robert Lane from the 3. Lane is going to fake and keep to the 5, and he's pulled down to the 7-yard line. He faked that time to the fullback and kept it, did Robert Lane. Glentrell Ware, the junior linebacker for the Rebels, who had 39 stops coming into tonight's game, made the stop at the 7-yard line, and the Tigers there will have third down and 4 with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half.
And that time the Tigers were running the option play. A good penetration by the left defensive end, Case Sanders, and a good job of evading Sanders by Robert Lane.
Third and 4. The Rebels can stop him, can put him in punt formation deep. Here's Lane.
He's going to throw tight end.
He throws for the tight end. He has it the 15 out to the 20-yard line and stopped at the 21-yard line. That's Tim Abney for the first down grab. Quick pass from Robert Lane to Tim Abney, the tight end. Corey Brazil and Mims Boyce knock him down, but the Tigers have the first down and maintain possession of the football. They have it out at their own 20-yard line.
And a great call by the Neville Brain Trust. That's the 4th reception on the season for Tim Abney, but more importantly, the clock continues to run. Neville stays only 3 touchdowns behind. The ball is out of the hands of the Rebel offense, and they keep the ball.
3:40, clock running left here in the second quarter of this football game. Tigers first down, Lane dropping
Big
back,
pressure.
looking to throw, steps up, going to run the ball, and he is going to get by a man to the 25. He's out to the 30-yard line and finally knocked down near the 30. He is scrambling Robert Lane. Corey Brazil finally wrapped him up, but that's very near 10 yards and very near a first down for the Tigers.
Looked like J.R. Hayden had some good pressure, but was unable to wrap up Robert Lane. Even though he's 6'2", 185 pounds, very elusive. And we get an update on the Ruston-Ouachita score. Ruston 21, Ouachita 20. Boy, that's a football game, isn't it?
Wow.
But I tell you what, Frank, that was a big first down by Neville because it keeps the clock running. It keeps the ball away from West Monroe.
And that run by Lane was almost the first down, but not quite. Second and inches from the 30. Scalia gets it, and that is the first down run by Scalia. Bangs it out to the 34-yard line. So you're right, Jim. It's now first and 10 for the Tigers. They maintain possession and make the clock run with 2:45 remaining here in the second quarter. First down, Neville at their own 34-yard line.
And boy, what a boost it would be for the Tigers if somehow they could manage to march down the field and put some points on the board before halftime. This game, this first half, has been totally dominated by West Monroe, and really they had a chance to be up by at least 4 touchdowns, maybe even more, and to go in just 3 touchdowns and possibly close the gap to 2 touchdowns would be a big plus.
Tigers send Jeffrey Carter and Savara Dahl wide to the right. Here's Lane rolling
big
right.
Pressure.
Rebels after him, avoids a man. Lane is going to run the football. He is going to keep it and go out of bounds beyond the 35 at about the 37-yard line. So Lane out of bounds almost to the 40-yard line is Robert Lane as he scrambled with the ball. Got by the first Rebel defender who was after him back there, and Lane is certainly an outstanding athlete. He could have been sacked for a loss, and he actually gained about 5 as he got the ball very near the Tiger 40-yard line. Derek Fleming ran him out of bounds.
And Ron Macbeth he's a leading tackler coming into this football game for West Monroe. He came on the safety blitz, and he was unable to tackle Robert Lane. Robert Lane eluded Macbeth, and that's not easy to do. And you see why they're so high on this freshman from Neville.
That was a good run by Robert Lane. Tigers have no running backs behind Lane on second down and 5 from their own 40. Quick drop and pass for Doyle is incomplete. Little look in for Doyle as Lane took the snap. A one-step drop and tried to hit Doyle. Derek Fleming pressuring in on the coverage, and the incomplete pass will make it 3rd down and 5 for Neville now. Their own 40, and the incomplete pass stops the clock with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Frank, really the only thing I can say about that play is I'm not sure that Severo Dahl wanted the football that time. It was a quick slant. The Rebels were coming up on him very quickly. He was wide open. The ball was there, a little bit behind him, but he didn't give a real good effort on that last play.
This time one running back behind the Tiger quarterback. 2nd down 5. Again, Lane is back to throw, looking, firing. The pass is
almost
incomplete and almost intercepted on the near sideline. Mims Boyce was there, and also number 37, Derek Fleming. He got his hands on the ball. The pass was intended for Jeffrey Carter, but double coverage by the Rebel. And it's 4th down and 5 for the Tigers. With 2:02 left in the half, they will be in punt formation as this time Corey Brazil drops back as the deep man. And we'll see Benjamin Rogers in punt formation for the Tigers.
We've got to come up with a nickname for Fleming. I'm thinking about calling him Linus because of that blanket coverage. Y'all let me know later on, but he's really been all over the receivers tonight.
Benjamin Rogers to punt the foot. Oh, they're faking it. Short snap.
They've got it!
And dropped at the 40. Great tackle by the Rebels.
Fleming!
And it was Derek Fleming who made the play along with linebacker Glentrell Ware. Rebels are going to take the ball at the Neville 40-yard line as the Tigers fake the punt. They snapped it short, but it fooled nobody. And West Monroe gets it at the Tiger 41-yard line. Let's quickly send it to Bill.
Well, just a great execution. They knew there was a fake punt. They had it covered well, and just a big stick right there at the 41-yard line. Big stick.
Big hit by the Rebels. Mitch Tucker in the shotgun, has the snap, passing into the flat. Davis on the run at the 40.
He broke a
breaks
tackle.
the tackle 35-30. Davis at 25-20. Breaks back at the 15, the 10, and he's down about the 5-yard line.
They threw a flag.
Davis with a great run, but there is a penalty marker on the play. They're going to bring it back.
That was an awfully late penalty thrown almost after Davis was 10 or 15 yards down the field. The official just kind of shuffled it out of his pocket. And that's another big break that will go against West Monroe.
Wasn't that a run, though, Jim, by Tremisian Davis? He took the short pass in the right flat, broke 2 or 3 tackles along the way, just coasted his way down the field, cut back into the middle, but it's all for naught. They're going to penalize the Rebels.
And, Frank, that just tells you how much Neville thought of that last series and the fact that they needed to get some points on the board to go for it, 4th down. And about 3 or 4 yards, they knew they needed something before this half ended, and they took a big gamble, and it didn't pay off. But that penalty, and really it's been penalties that have killed West Monroe here in the first half. They could have another touchdown or 2 lead.
1:45 remaining in the first half of the game. Rebels 1st down and 20 now after a 10-yard penalty back to the Neville 49. Again, the shotgun for Mitch Tucker of the Rebels. Receiver spread all over the field as Tucker has the snap, looks to throw.
He's going deep.
He's throwing it
He's
long
got
again
him.
for Greer at the 5.
Oh, he dropped
it. It is incomplete. Brooks Greer had it in his grasp. He had beaten the defender, Jim. He had it. He just dropped the football at the 5-yard line, and Brooks Greer is going to be an awfully disappointed young man.
Don't know what else to say. I tell you, that was a great pass, a great call. Brooks Greer used his great speed to separate from the defensive backs for Neville, and he was open, and he just let it fall through his hands. That would have been a 45-yard completion.
It would have been a 45-yard, it would have been a 49-yard touchdown play probably, but it is long, incomplete pass, and it's 2nd down and 20, the Rebels at the Tiger 49. Again, Tucker in the shotgun.
Pilcher in motion.
Pilcher in motion from the wing position, and there's the snap to Mitch Tucker. Looks to throw, big rush, sets up a screen, has Davis to 45-40, back to the 35-30, Davis to 25,
He's got
the 20,
score!
the 15, the 10, the 5, and Terry Tremisian Davis is in for the touchdown for the Rebels.
I'll tell you what, if that Neville defense wasn't dizzy before that play, their heads are really spinning now. What a play. How about it, Bill?
Oh, my goodness. Tremisian Davis, we've talked about his running all season long. He turned the Jets on that time, made a couple of moves. Unbelievable move at about the 10-yard line. Left the guy, well, I don't know, I was going to say left his jockstrap at about the 10, but anyway, I'm talking about just a big-time run from Tremisian Davis, and the Rebels now up 27 pending the extra point.
Set up as the slip screen, but what a run as he broke tackles all along the way, and they missed tackles. He avoided tacklers along the way. Lee Deal's extra point is good and will return to Tiger Stadium. It's 28-0 the Rebels, and this is West Monroe football.
Jeremiah 9:24 says, "Let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord."
We would like to invite you to join us each Sunday morning at 9:24 a.m. in Fiesel Chapel at First Baptist Church of West Monroe for a brand new worship experience called 924. 924 features cutting-edge music, drama, video, and a message from our pastor, Dr. David Hughes.
If you don't have a church home, 924 may be what you've been waiting for. We'll be looking for you this Sunday at First Baptist Church at 924. It's a worship for a new generation.
Remember, we are a dealership like no other. The Honda Store. We're on Washington Street in Monroe.
Rebels kicked off with a Yurtis, and the Tigers just had to kind of fall on that ball after they kind of fumbled it, and the Tigers, Jim, at their own 27, but only 1:05 left in the half now.
And let's see what the Tigers do. They don't have a whole lot to lose. They're down by 4 touchdowns.
Running play, Burks has the football knocked down about the 28-yard line. Maybe a yard for Darius Burks as he knocked off left tackle, and the Rebels knock him down right along the 28, led by Case Sanders, who's in the game, playing with that injured ankle. And the Tigers second down and 9 yards to go now. Football on their own 28. Clock running with 45 seconds left in the half, and the Rebels ahead 28-0.
And Case has played, I think, just about the entire first half, and he's played well.
Lane has one running back. That'll be Scalia, I believe. On second down, Lane's an option. Pitches out. No, it's going to be Burks trying to turn the corner, and he is going to be stopped as he crosses the 30-yard line. Corey Brazil makes the stop at about right along the 30-yard line, running him out of bounds across the way. So the Tigers get 2 or 3 more on the play out to the 30-yard line, and he's out of bounds in the play to stop the clock with 25 seconds remaining in the half.
Good pursuit that time by the Rebel defense, and Frank, a lot of the guys coming over and patting Brooks Greer on the helmet, telling him to shake off that pass that he dropped that would have been a touchdown. They got it anyway.
Came back and got it anyway. Of course, Brooks would have loved to have made that catch, and he was so far behind the defender on the play. Third down, about 6 for the Tigers. And
gonna throw.
Back to throw it. He fires into the flat, caught at the 32, out to the 35, and pulled down for a first down out around the 40-yard line. Good effort by there. And who was it that time? Was it Carter who made that grab?
Number 34. Looks like somebody, Philando
Beard. And a good run after he caught the ball. Jody Ledoux knocked him out of bounds. But a first down the Tigers with 17 seconds remaining in the first half as the Rebels lead at 28-0.
But you can see the Tigers are being awful careful right now on offense. They ran a couple of plays and then a little short, safe pass in the flats. And West Monroe will certainly give up those kinds of plays in order to allow the clock to run out in the first half.
Tigers at their own 40 and a running play to Beard, a draw play, and they lose 2 yards as the Rebels smell it out and make the tackle back at the 38-yard line. That will be the last play of the first half. And the Rebels
no timeout, Frank. Timeout called by Neville.
That will be the last play. 8 seconds left in the half as the Tigers call timeout. Let's just keep it here this time as the Tigers will probably come back to play quickly. The ball in the Neville 38 on second down, about 11 or 12 yards to go with 8 seconds left in the half. Let's check in with Bill. Of course, Bill will be getting with Coach Showers at the halftime, but we've got a chance to talk to him right now.
Well, guys, I hope that's the case. Coach Showers is standing at about the 25-yard line. I have a feeling he's going to have some type of discussion with the officials maybe, and I don't know if I will have an opportunity to grab him. I hope that I'll be able to do that, but he's not looking very patient down here at the 25.
Bill, if you catch him, keep your mic off until he gets away from the official.
Will do.
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Here are the Tigers. They have the ball at their own 38-yard line, and we have 8 seconds left in the half. All West Monroe here in the first half of this rivalry.
Frank, just across from us are the West Monroe coaches, and in unison they were calling draw, draw, draw on that last play. They had it spelled out.
Second down play. Lane is back to throw it. Now they're stopping play as the whistles are blowing and the officials are stepping in, and we're going to have a penalty assessed. I think it'll go against Neville.
Hey, guys, let me just let you know that Coach Showers is going to try to have a word, but he is going to come back to the mic, so you may have to take it for just a few seconds.
We'll hang with you, Bill.
And then we'll get with it.
will do it. 5-yard penalty against the Tigers will move the ball back to the Neville 33-yard line. It's 2nd down and 15, but of course only 7 seconds remain in the first half of this football game now, as the Tigers have, well, some 67 yards to go.
Frank, remind me to tell you why Brooks Greer got in trouble last week.
Okay, I'll remind you. Here's Lane getting off inside.
Scalia.
Running play. Scalia knocked down the 35-yard line as the first half will come to an end, and the West Monroe Rebel crowd on their feet cheering their Rebels as they lead the Neville Tigers in the opening District 2 5A football game of the year by a score of 28-0. Outstanding performance by the Rebels throughout the first half. Rebels going to be leaving the field. Bill's going to catch up with Coach Childs as soon as he gets the opportunity to. And
Coach Childs is walking over to have that word with the official, Frank. And while Coach Childs is talking to the official before Bill is able to get him, let's just say that this has been the most dominating performance ever by a West Monroe High School football team against Neville in one half of play. I think that's pretty safe to say.
I think it's safe to say, too. And it could be worse. It could be worse than 28-0. Rebels have had some penalties, call plays back. They had a fumble in the game, and Coach Childs is over talking to the referee, the head official, as now he's going to head back this way, and the official goes the other, and Bill kind of ambles his way out on the field, and we're going to send it down to Bill, who'll get with Coach Don Childs.
This should be interesting.
Well, guys, I appreciate it, Coach. Just a well of a first half. I tell you what, just almost doing everything at will, and if not for a couple of mistakes, it could be wider margin than this.
Bill, I tell you, we screwed up offensively a bunch. Couldn't get the right people in, and we practiced that all week, and we get in the ball game, and then we had to call 3 timeouts because we don't have the right people in there. That's either poor concentration on the sideline or poor coaching. I got to find out which one it is, but we can't have that to happen. And then we had some key penalties on big plays, and we can't have that. It's very crucial that you don't have that. But other than that, we're playing well, and we're moving the ball real well. We can run it, or we can throw it.
A very wide open offense in the first half. Just players going everywhere.
The double reverse should have been a touchdown. Greer, he's gone blank tonight. He's missed 2 balls. A great fade route down here, a great throw. He said he lost it in the lights, and which he probably could have. But he's supposed to run the guy off, post and run the guy off. We score on the double reverse. And, we've had could have had a lot of real big plays.
Okay, Coach, enjoy halftime, guys. You just said it right. The most dominating performance I've ever seen in one half of football against the Neville football team. And we'll send it back up to you guys.
Thank you, man.
and Sacha Jones, and sponsor Mrs. Stacy Guillory. They're doing a kick routine to 1999. Let's sit back and enjoy and party like it's 1999.
also number 44 for the Neville Tigers. McFarland had 1 reception for 9 yards. So total yards in the first half, 258 for West Monroe, 76 for Neville, 11 first downs for the Rebel, 4 for the Tigers. The big stat going against West Monroe, that would be penalties, 5 for 37 yards, only 2 flags called against Neville for a total of 9 yards.
Okay, that's the first half stats. Send our best along to Donna Bullock. Bruce Bullock's wife's in the hospital. I saw Bruce earlier, and I would pass our best along to her. Also want to send our regards to Monk Lynch, listening to the game up in Pennsylvania over the internet.
Kick.
Onside kick by the Tigers to begin the second half. The Rebels fumble the ball. The Tigers have it, I believe, at the 50-yard line. So the Tigers opening the second half with a little razzle-dazzle of their own. The Rebels tried to get on it, fumble the ball, and a big break, Jim, for the Tigers to begin the second half of play as they recover the onside kick after the Rebels fumble the football.
Now, Frank, you've got to believe that West Monroe should not have been surprised by that, but they looked like they were a little bit surprised. It looked like Keith Powell had a chance to recover it, but it slipped away from him. You know, when you're down 28-0, you've got to do something, and that's what they did. They came out with an onside kick, and it was successful. Caught West Monroe off guard.
Thaddeus McFarland recovered the ball. Tigers first down the 50. Lane to pass. He throws for Doyle. Incomplete as that ball bounced off of Doyle and into the air. Mims Boyce with a good hit as the ball arrived, and it's an incomplete pass on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. The Tigers at the 50-yard line will have second down and 10 yards to go as they recover the onside kick attempt as the Rebels fumble it on the opening kickoff of the second half.
Well, I tell you what, Mims Boyce had a chance to really take Severo Doyle's head off on the play. I don't think Severo's real interested about catching the ball across the middle.
Second and 10 for the Tigers at the 50. Lane again back to throw. Throws for Doyle again on the pass. Did he catch it at the 46-yard line? It looked as if he did, but they're going to call it a catch. A short gain anyway of only 4 yards down to the Rebel 46-yard line to make it third down and 6 yards to go. That looked awfully like a trap to me.
What about it, Bill? You had a good angle on the play.
I think it was a good catch, guys, and I just want to iterate, wish happy birthday to Jenna Warlick. Her parents, John and Laurie Warlick, big fans of Rebels, and she's a cheerleader, and she's got a birthday today, and happy birthday to her.
Third down and 6, the Tigers. Lane back to throw, gets a block, Rose left, gets by another man, looking, rolling, and he runs out of field, and he's out of bounds. Back at the Neville 49-yard line, Zach McVeigh ran him out of bounds. He did a good job avoiding tacklers, Jim, as he rolled to the left side, but he finally ran out of real estate over in front of the Tiger bench and is out of bounds back around the Neville 48-yard line, where the Tigers are going to have fourth down and 12 yards to go.
But a huge play. Lucas Jackson, the fine middle linebacker for West Monroe, is hurt on the play, and Kirk Frenham is going to take a look at him. And Bill, if you get a chance, let's check on that young man's status. That could be a big loss for West Monroe.
For sure. Lucas Jackson, the very fine middle linebacker. In punt formation is Benjamin Rogers, has the snap, one-man rush, and the punt is away, and it's a high punt by Rogers, bouncing about the Rebel 25-yard line, going dead about the 23-yard line of the Rebels. So West Monroe will take it there for the first time in the second half. They lead at 28-0 and have it first down and 10 at the 23-yard line. Let's send it to Bill.
But guys, he just got hit in the stomach, knocked the breath out, and Kirk Frenham's working with him, trying to get his breath back. He should be okay.
Good news. We're glad to hear that. As the Rebels have it, we're going to call it actually the 24-yard line. First and 10, West Monroe, as Brooks Greer comes wide to the left side of the football field. Chad Pilcher will be the quarterback for the Rebels. He'll take the ball and run the option. He'll fake and keep it himself, and he's going to be in trouble and losing a yard or so back around the 23-yard line. Tigers came shooting across there with Darius Williams, a 6'2", 200-pound defensive end, along with the cornerback Marcus McFarland. So the Rebels lose a yard at the 23-yard line. It'll be second down, 11 yards to go.
And I'll tell you what, a pretty good statement on the first play, the first defensive play for the Neville Tigers. They really defended the option well that time.
Pickett is wide right. Jared Pickett wide to the left side is the dangerous Brooks Greer. High backfield behind the quarterback Pilcher.
He's going to throw.
Fake, wants to throw, and the pass is going to be batted down the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Andrew Whitworth, the intended receiver. Somebody, Jim, got a hand on that ball. That was Ivan Ledley, the linebacker.
Well, Ivan Ludley got a stomach on the ball. It hit him right in the numbers, and he should have had an interception. When you've got a guy 6'8", like Andrew Whitworth, you've got to throw the ball up. He was wide open on the play, but not a good pass by Chad.
So it's third down, 11 yards to go for the West Monroe Rebels. Their own 23-yard line. Mark Banks will be the fullback. Tremisian Davis, the tailback, behind senior quarterback Chad Pilcher. Pilcher from the 23, bark signals. Long count, takes the ball. He's going to hand it off to Davis. The 25 goes to the 30, 35, 40. Davis, the 45 to 50 and out of bounds at the Tiger 49-yard line as Tremisian Davis of the Rebels. He turned the corner, Jim. The race was on. They finally angled him out of bounds just across the midfield stripe. It's a first down for West Monroe.
And Benji's looks like about a 25-yard run that time, a 25-yard scamper by Tremisian Davis. Just a delayed handoff. And some good blocking that time by the Rebel offensive line. A big play on 3rd and long.
Thaddeus McFarland finally angled him out of bounds. The Rebels first down, call at the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line. It's right on the stripe. Here's Pilcher dropping back. They're after him. Rolls right, avoids a man nicely. He throws the pass to Whitworth to 45. He's down to the 40. Whitworth to 35 and finally off his feet at the 34-yard line. His Andrew Whitworth for the Rebels. That's a 16-yard pass and a first down for the Rebels to the 34. McFarland finally wrestled, and I do mean wrestled, the big guy down.
Well, he grabbed his shirt, his leg, his shoestring, his ankle, anything he could grab. He was hanging on to the big tight end that time. But give a lot of credit to Chad Pilcher. He was able to elude some heavy pressure just to enable him to get off that pass and pick up that first down.
First catch of the game, I believe, by the big tight end, Andrew Whitworth. That'll give him 5 catches on the year. Rebels first down now from the Tiger 34-yard line. Pro I formation, West Monroe. Pilcher's going to fake and keep and go down. He is spun down to the 33. Only a yard off the option that time as Darius Williams, the defensive end, made the tackle. It looks as if maybe the Tigers have adjusted to Pilcher off the option because he had lots of running room in the first half on that play, Jim.
Well, I think number 82, the defensive end, his only read is to tackle the quarterback. And on the last 2 times they've run the option, Darius Williams has been right there.
Rebels at the Tiger 33-yard line. Second down, about 9 yards to go as Jared Pickett goes to the right side. Brooks Greer goes left. The big tight end Whitworth sets to the left side. I backfield on second down and 9. And again on the option, Banks to the 30, 25-yard line. And finally, he's to the 20-yard line, and they get him off his feet at about the 18. Hard running by Mark Banks of the Rebels. That's a 17-yard advance and another first down and 10 yards to go for West Monroe.
Mark had 17 yards rushing in the first half, and he picked up 17 on that run. And number 32, Tucker Jefferson, a senior linebacker, was hanging on for dear life to Mark Banks on that last play.
So the Rebels first down, call at the 19-yard line of the Tigers after the run by Banks, who's still in the game. Davis way back there at tailback. Greer goes left to the right side, Pickett, and here's again a fake by the quarterback. Pitch to Davis, goes to the 15 and out of bounds along the sideline about the 10, the 9, the 8-yard line, maybe all the way to the 5 as Davis tightrope the sideline, and he's all the way down to the 5-yard line of the Tigers, 12 more yards, and it's first down and goal to go.
Let me tell you what, number 45, Mark Banks, and it looked like number 65, Lance Wright, and I think it may have been 51, Hank Hamilton. They had 3 or 4 Neville Tigers just absolutely flat on their back on that last play.
28-0, the Rebels leading and knocking at the door. First down and goal from the 5-yard line of the Tigers. Here's the quarterback, Chad Pilcher, shouting instructions to his teammates. I backfield. We'll give it to Banks inside. He's in for the touchdown. 5 yards away. Nobody got a hand on him as Mark Banks took the fullback, took the handoff at fullback and blasted him for the score, and the Rebels advance 6.
And I believe that's number 3 on the night for Mark Banks, the 3rd touchdown that he scored.
And let's send it to Bill Norris on the Rebels sideline.
Well, most of the time, Mark Banks has been knocked and bruised around, but he didn't have anybody touch him that time, guys. He danced into the end zone, if you can do that for a big fullback, and he scored his 3rd touchdown on the evening. And I tell you what offensive execution and what a presence that this football game is going to present for people on film. As many formations, as many things as West Monroe has done tonight.
You're right, Bill. Mark could have scored that touchdown in touch football. Nobody got a hand on him. The extra point was no good by Lee Deal, and we'll be back with a score. The Rebels 34, the Tigers nothing. This is West Monroe football.
One in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. This year alone, over 1 million will need a breast biopsy. That's why every woman should know about Mammotome, a highly accurate procedure that helps doctors diagnose early-stage breast cancer. Mammotome is easier on the body and requires no stitches. As with any medical procedure, Mammotome may present risks, so talk to your doctor. To find out more, call this number now.
I love my truck. Around Chevy truck.
Ryan Chevrolet is under the gun. We're overstocked. More than 2,000 trucks are coming. We've got to liquidate over 100 Silverado extended cabs. Get a 2000 Silverado with automatic air, cruise and tilt, now $235 per month. 99 Suburban, we're overstocked. Get $5,300 off MSRP. Get the longest lasting, most dependable trucks on the road at the year's best prices. Ryan Chevrolet, Monroe.
Tackle was somewhat of a saving tackle, and I think it was Tucker Jefferson on the kickoff return for, was it number 22 for the Tigers. They got it back, I think it was number 22, Jeremy Willis, and they got it back to about the 29, where Neville has it first down and 10 yards to go. Here we go. Tigers with the football, trailing 34-0 with 8:26 to play third quarter. Robert Lane dropping back to throw. He is firing over the middle, incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Tim Abney, but thrown a little bit behind him that time. And Lucas Jackson, Jim, the middle linebacker, drifting back on the coverage.
And it's good to see Lucas Jackson back in the ball game. He appears to be okay. Took a hit into his midsection, his stomach, and he's all right and had great coverage on that last play.
In that battle royal over in Ruston, it's 26-21. Ouachita leading Ruston in the third quarter. Hey, our thanks to as always, to Scooter Pleasant and Century Tel for their help in our broadcast. Tigers 2nd and 10 from their own 29. Big rush. They set up a screen.
Intercepted!
Intercepted and
I think it's
down
Liso
the 30-yard
Jones.
line. Liso Jones has the football. Liso Jones caught it on the ground, Jim.
Jackson.
It was Lucas Jackson who was laying on the ground when he made the interception, and the Rebels have it a first down at the 30-yard line.
Hey, Bill, how about that play? Lucas was on his backside and somehow made the interception.
Just an incredible individual effort by the young man, the young linebacker, Lucas Jackson, who was injured earlier. He just fought hard as he was falling down, cradled that ball, and a big turnover for West Monroe.
Mitch Tucker's in at quarterback from the 30. He fakes and keeps the football, and he has 5 yards. He's down to the 25-yard line off the option. Faking to the fullback and just ducking in off right tackle was Mitch Tucker, known more for his passing than his running. But Mitch kept it that time and got it almost to the 25, actually down to the 26-yard line. Ivan Ledley made the tackle for Neville. The Rebels have 2nd and 6 at the Tiger 26.
And Pilcher is back in the ball game, but not at quarterback.
Tucker stays in at quarterback. Pilcher is wide to the left side of the football field. And here's Tucker again faking, pitching out to Davis. He's down to the 20.
He's going to score!
The 10, the 5, touchdown, Tramercy and Davis.
40 to nothing.
Hand on him as he scores from 26 yards away.
It's 40 to nothing, West Monroe.
And the extra point coming. Here's Bill.
I'll tell you what, guys, I just don't know if I've ever seen this kind of offensive execution over a pretty good Neville football team. I tell you what, West Monroe has really laid the leather on the Tigers with an injured player down around the goal line. This is the best I've seen West Monroe play. And if this is the kind of play that we get these next couple of weeks, guys, I tell you what, you can wipe it away. West Monroe may be looking at a district championship.
40 to nothing. The Rebels lead. We are midway through the third quarter of this football game, and we have the extra point coming, but Neville does have a player shaken up as they stop play to take a look at him. I'm not sure who it is that was injured on the play.
And I see Monroe City Judge Scott Lehigh walking up on the West Monroe side. He probably spent the first half on the Neville side. You know, he's doing some missionary work over here right now. And he probably spent the first half on the Neville side, and now he's coming back over here. Frank, an update on that score in Ruston. Ouachita 29, the Ruston Bearcats 21, so a field goal, and they've increased their lead.
The Lions add 3. Thaddeus McFarland, the very fine safety man, is the guy who is injured as he limps off the field with help for the Neville Tigers. He's a good football player. They'll be taking a look at him on the far sideline. Now, Lee Deal has come on to try to add this extra point. He has missed 1 extra point in tonight's game. He was perfect on 8 tries last week. And this, of course, is his 6th try tonight, his 7th try tonight. There's a snap. The ball is down. That extra point is up, and the kick is good. We'll be back in 60 seconds. It's West Monroe 41, the Tigers nothing. This is West Monroe football.
Jeremiah 9:24 says, "Let him who boast boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord."
We would like to invite you to join us each Sunday morning at 9:24 a.m. in Fiesel Chapel at First Baptist Church of West Monroe for a brand new worship experience called 924. 924 features cutting-edge music, drama, video, and a message from our pastor, Dr. David Yu.
You don't have a church home, 924 maybe that you've been waiting for. We'll be looking for you this Sunday at First Baptist Church at 924. It's a worship for a new generation.
Here's the kickoff by Alex Ayertis. Going to be fielded by Willis at the 15. The Tigers are turning the kickoff back to the 20. And hit hard to 25 and knocked down is Willis. For the Tigers, that's Jeremy Willis at the 26-yard line. Rebels converge on him. A number of Rebels off the bottom of that pile, making the stop for West Monroe. But led by the...
They spun him around on that play.
Again, it was Jared Frost, Jim. He is all over the field.
He really is. He had a little help from Michael Sampagnaro.
So the Tigers, their own 26, but they find themselves down 41-0 midway through the third quarter of this opening District 2 5A football game. Robert Lane, the 6'2", 180-pound freshman quarterback, is going to give it inside to his fullback.
Scalia,
hit
he's
hard
upended.
and dropped his James Scalia at the 26. Glentrell Ware lifted him off the ground and drove him down. Maybe a yard on the play for the Tigers out near the 27. It'll be second down and 9, and a good hard tackle by junior linebacker Glentrell Ware of the Rebels.
Glentrell's coming out of the ball game, being replaced, I think, by Keith Thompson. Also in the ball game, J.C. McKay, number 19. And number 80, Ron Hummel.
Tigers send Jeffrey Carter wide right. A couple of receivers go left. Second down and 9. Lane back to throw it. Looks for Carter. No, a shorter man has it out of the 30 and knocked down the 32-yard line. For Neville, that was number 20, Darius Burks, who made the reception. Tackle short of the first down of the 32-yard line by Lucas Jackson with a good open field tackle. And also, Ricky Gio was there for the Rebels. The Tigers find themselves with third down about 3. The ball resting near the Neville 32-yard line after that complete pass from Robert Lane to Darius Burks.
Frank, I've got to ask you, did you, in your wildest dreams or imaginations, believe that West Monroe would be up 41-0 midway through the third quarter?
Well, I was hopeful. Let's put it that way. Lane back to throw it on third down. He fires.
Got
Caught
a man
for the first down. The big tight end out of the 39-yard line. Tim Abney made the reception. He is tackled immediately at the 39-yard line by Michael Sampagnaro, but the Tigers have a first down on that pass from Robert Lane to the tight end.
No, Michael, number 80 is Ron Hummel. Ron Hummel. So Ron Hummel made the stop on the kickoff, and he made the last stop on that play. We've got to Michael Sampagnaro on our rosters, number 80.
Ron Hummel,
changed.
you're right. Absolutely right. He is wearing number 80, and we should have realized that. Here are the Tigers, first down and 10 now. Their own 39-yard line, and Lane is back to throw. Big rush. He fires.
Wide open.
Wide open out of the 45 is Carter. He spikes his way to midfield. He's finally down to the 48-yard line, and a good effort by Jeffrey Carter, the senior wide receiver for the Tigers. They move the ball into Rebel territory and have a first down and 10 at the Rebel 47 as J.C. McKay made the tackle on a hard-fighting Jeffrey Carter.
And I'm not sure, but that may be the first time that the Tigers have been in Rebel territory this entire football game, and that may have been about their biggest play, save for a penalty or two called against West Monroe.
So the Neville Tigers with a first down and 10 at the Rebel 47. No running backs behind Lane this time, who's down under. Lane will drop back to throw, and he fires far side, and he has a man at the 45, and he's down to the 40-yard line and down there. That reception, we'll have to check the numbers. He comes back this way. That was number 20, I believe, Darius Burks. And they picked up about 7 yards on the play down to the Rebel 40, where it will be second down and 3 yards to go. The tackle for West Monroe is by Michael Stevenson.
West Monroe bringing a lot of pressure, and the coverage playing a little soft right now, and just sharp, crisp patterns being run by the Neville receivers, and they've been open on the last couple of plays.
Best drive of the game by Neville by far. Here's a give to running back Scalia inside the 35, down to the 30, and finally off his feet to the 27. He fumbles the football, scramble for it at the 25-yard line. Whose ball? No indication yet. The Tigers recover at the 25. Scalia had run for about 12 or 13 yards, and he coughed it up. And they gained a couple of more yards on the fumble down near the 25 of the Rebels, and another first down and 10 yards to go for the Neville Tigers.
And it was number 41, Corey Brazil, who knocked that ball loose. Unfortunately for West Monroe, the Rebels were not able to recover.
So the Tigers have their best drive going. They have a first down in Rebel territory. The West Monroe 25. The Rebel fans cheer their defense. The Tigers' Robert Lane drops back to throw. He fires over the middle, caught at the 20-yard line, and down there, Corey Brazil again makes the tackle. The reception, I believe, is by Darius Burks, number 20, and they gain 5 yards on that completed pass. It'll be second down and 5 yards to go, just inside the Rebel 20-yard line.
And I'll tell you, Frank, what impresses me with this drive is that the poise of that freshman quarterback for Neville. He's sitting in the pocket. He doesn't have the jittery feet. A lot of pressure coming on, and he's throwing the ball right now in the only places that it can be caught.
From the 20, Lane back to throw. Big rush. He scrambles and throws, and the pass caught at the 20. They call it incomplete. It was right about the line of scrimmage anyway. A diving try for the football by tight end Tim Abney. J.C. McKay was on the coverage. Again, Lane did a great job, Jim, in getting away from the Rebel defenders. They've been coming, but they haven't sacked the Neville quarterback yet, I don't think.
I do not believe they have Ricky Gio that time applying the pressure, but you're right. A great job by Lane just getting rid of the football and not taking a big loss on the play. And now it's only third and short.
Third down about 4 or 5 yards. Really third and about 4. The ball is just inside the West Monroe 20-yard line. Scalia will be the running back behind Lane. 3 receivers to the right side. Lane rolls right. He looks to throw, and he does. And the receiver falls down, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Stavera Doyle, but he slipped to the ground. It is an incomplete pass to make it 4th down and 4 from just inside the West Monroe 20 for the Neville Tigers.
And Dole has not really wanted to catch many passes tonight, but that was not his fault. He really did slip down on the play. He was wide open. Would have picked up a first down had he been able to keep his feet. That brings up a 4th down for the Neville Tigers.
Neville has had their best drive of the game. With 3:48 left in the third quarter, they've driven it down into the Rebel, inside the Rebel 20, and now they have 4th down. The Rebels cheer their team. No running backs for Lane. 4th and 4. Quick drop and pass.
He didn't want it.
Big hit. The Rebels are going to take over the football. The hit on Doyle provided by Ron Macbeth just as the ball arrived, and West Monroe will take over the ball at the 20 after a good drive by the Tigers.
A good drive by the Tigers, mostly throwing the football, the short passing game, but Severa Dole, he's not going to catch too many across the middle.
Let's check in with Bill on the sidelines as the Rebels go on offense.
Well, guys, the sentiment at that time was that the defense didn't want to give up anything, and they certainly didn't. They bent a little bit, but they didn't break, and that's good news. They want this shutout very, very bad tonight.
And Mitch Tucker down under at quarterback from the 20-yard line for West Monroe. Long count, takes the ball, gives to the fullback Banks, and nothing there. He is going to be stopped at the 20-yard line. So the Tigers stack him up that time. Rebels trying to go inside, running the ball straight ahead. It'll be second down, about 10 yards to go, as the defensive end, LaDarren Mathis, is off the bottom of that pile on the tackle on Mark Banks.
Got some new men in the ball game for West Monroe. Number 70, Rundell Hill, in the ball game. Also number 60, Dustin Wiltshire. We'll try to tell you about some more of those guys on the offensive line now in the ball game.
Edward Dade in at fullback, too, for the Rebels. Second down and 10, and here's a quick drop to pass. The pass is away, and it is incomplete. Mitch Tucker trying to get it into the hands of Jared Pickett. Incomplete pass. Did a flag go down? I think it did. We may have interference called against the Tigers.
Well, it looked like somebody was trying to ride Mitch Tucker on the play. He has a cramp, and he's going to come out of the ball game.
Also limping out of the game, Jim, is Brooks Greer as he comes to the Rebel bench.
Looks like he's got a cramp.
Yeah, he does.
And it's going to be pass interference called against the Neville Tigers. That will give West Monroe a first down. Bill, how does the situation look with Greer?
Well, it wasn't Tucker. It was Greer that got the cramp, and, of course, he had run a little turn-in route there, and the defender hit him well before the ball got there. And when he hit him, he just kind of stood straight up, and that leg kind of extended on him, and he got a cramp, and they're working on him here on the sidelines, but he'll be okay.
Okay, Rebels at the 35 after the penalty, their own 35. Fumble. And here's a fumble and the snap, and they scramble for the ball, and the Tigers have it, I believe, at the 35-yard line.
They do.
Neville has recovered the ball. I don't think Bitch ever really got the snap that time as he tried to come out of there, and Neville has recovered the ball.
He might have gotten the snap, but I think the problem was with the exchange. They tried to fake inside to Dade, and the ball, that's where the exchange problem occurred.
I see. So the Tigers recover the ball. It's actually on the West Monroe 36-yard line. A great an opportunity for the Tigers, but they trail 41-0 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Here's Neville now going from the Rebel 36. One running back. That'll be Scalia behind Lane, who drops back. Big rush, pass away, and he has his man over the middle at the 30-yard line as Tim Abney, and he goes down there with Mims Boyce making the tackle. They gain 6 yards on that completed pass, and it's 2nd down and 4 for the Tigers at the West Monroe 30-yard line.
It was real good coverage by West Monroe, and I think it's because we had 12 on the field. Bill, am I right?
Yeah, I just wasn't going to say anything. I was going to, yeah, you're right, and there's a flag down, and we had 12 on the field, and that's why he didn't get but about 4 or 5 yards on that play. They'll penalize us on that from the spot of the foul, and it should be 1st down.
You're not the only one that noticed, Jim. The officials did too. So the 5-yard step off will move it. No, wait a minute. It's not a 5-yard step off. It's going to be a 15-yard step off. Moves it all the way down to the West Monroe 20-yard line, where the Neville Tigers have a 1st down and 10 yards to go. Too many men on the field.
Well, and the officials haven't missed much when it's come to penalties against West Monroe.
Tigers have the ball about where they had it in their last possession. Their deepest penetration of the game was just inside the Rebel 20. Right now, it's on the Rebel 20, 1st and 10. Scalia, the fullback, behind quarterback Robert Lane. From the Rebel 20, Lane back to throw, has a man open, the tight end to the 15. He drives to the 10. He's down to the 5, and he is scoring for the Tigers. Tim Abney scoring from 20 yards out, and there's a late penalty flag going down.
And I'm not sure what that is, Bill. That's in your area. The penalty's at the 15-yard line. What is that? It's going to be a touchdown.
It's going to be a personal foul, Jim, against West Monroe. They're going to call it, I think, on number 41 is what the referee, the head official, is going to throw that flag. And so that should be, I guess maybe we'll see the penalty on the kickoff.
Well, the penalty, of course, is against West Monroe, so the Tigers get their first score of the game. It comes on Robert Lane's pass to tight end Tim Abney. And now for the extra point, Benjamin Rogers for the Neville Tigers. Drew Carson will hold for the Tigers. There's the snap, the placement, the extra point is in the air, and the kick is good. We'll be back with a score. West Monroe 41, the Tigers 7. This is West Monroe football.
Jeremiah 9:24 says, "Let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord."
We would like to invite you to join us each Sunday morning at 9:24 a.m. in Fiesel Chapel at First Baptist Church of West Monroe for a brand new worship experience called 924. 924 features cutting-edge music, drama, video, and a message from our pastor, Dr. David Yu.
If you don't have a church home, 924 may be what you've been waiting for. We'll be looking for you this Sunday at First Baptist Church at 924. It's a worship for a new generation.
Remember, we are a dealership like no other. The Honda Store. We're on Washington Street in Monroe.
The onside kick again. This time
it didn't go 10 yards.
10 yards. Rebels will get the ball. They'll get it at about the Neville 47-yard line. Only went 7 yards, and of course it does have to go 10. So the Rebels will start this drive with good field position at the Neville 47-yard line. Tigers began the second half with an onside kick, and they recovered that thing after the Rebels fumbled it. But this time they don't get the 10 yards they need, and West Monroe will have the ball at the Neville 47-yard line.
The penalty was, of course, thrown on the plate when Neville touched the ball before it went 10 yards. The penalty will be declined by the Rebels, and as you mentioned, Frank, they will get the ball first down and 10 in great field position.
So here are the Rebels at the, we'll call it the 48-yard line, actually, of the Tigers. I think Mitch Tucker, is it Tucker or is it Pilcher down there? Can't see the number as they go from the Neville 48-yard line.
Should be Tucker.
It is Mitch Tucker, the junior quarterback down under. High backfield behind him back there. Edward Dade, the fullback.
JJ.
And here's a pitch out to J.J. Johnson, and he's cut down on the backfield. Knocked down back of the Rebel 47-yard line. Rebels lose 5 yards on the play. The cornerback, Marcus McFarland, came up nicely to make the stop for Neville, and he made the tackle on J.J. Johnson on J.J.'s first carry of the game. They put it down on the Rebel 48-yard line, so the loss is 4. It'll be second down and 14 yards to go.
Some of those linemen in now. Jordy McConnell, I believe the center. Rundell Hill, one guard. William Gregory in the ball game. Chad Hall also in the ball game.
And Mitch Tucker on second down is going to take the ball and hand it off to Johnson inside. Nothing there. Knocked down at the 48-yard line. Counter tray, and it wasn't there. The Tigers defended well. A no gain at the 48 of West Monroe. The Rebels have third down and 14 as LaDarren Mathis, a 220-pound junior defensive end, makes the stop for the Tigers.
Also in the ball game, looks like I think that's Chris Long, number 57, along the offensive line.
Edward Dade is the fullback, and J.J. Johnson, the tailback for the Rebels. Mitch Tucker, the junior quarterback, seen a good bit of action tonight. Third down and 14 yards to go. West Monroe late in the third quarter with a 41-7 lead. Down the line of the option, give it to Dade, who's across the 50 into Tiger territory and down to the 48-yard line. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. The Rebels have fourth down and 10 and will send the punting team on, I think, only for the second time tonight.
Well, I think they will punt the football here, Frank. Of course, the second team offense on the field, and Neville, even though they took advantage of that last miscue by West Monroe and scored a touchdown, they did it primarily against the number 2s.
Mims boys in punt formations. This is the getting the snap and a fine kick by Mims boys. Going to hit at the 15, bounces to the 10, and that ball is going to be dead, taking a bounce back to about the 11. So a great job by Mims boys. The Tigers have it back at their own 11-yard line. With 34 seconds left in the third quarter, the Rebels ahead 41-7. Let's check in with Bill Norris.
Well, guys, the second O just getting their feeling their way through that thing, and Mitch Tucker directing that second O, and that time just not much running room at all as Neville is trying to, save some face here with 34 seconds left, and they're doing a pretty good job defensively. But Scott Stone has got those guys around him. They'll see what we can do the next time they get the football.
Tigers have nobody behind Robert Lane. Quick drop to
it almost was intercepted.
Throws out there, and they have it completed out to the 15-yard line and off his feet about the 17. The reception by Severa Doyle, the tackle by Glentrow Ware and Lucas Jackson, the linebacking duo. But the Tigers, again with a short pass, completed out to about the 16, just across the 15-yard line. Caught it a gain of 5. It'll be second down about 5 for Neville.
And Frank Glentrail Ware broke on the ball. He recognized the play, and he came within a whisker of picking that ball off and going for 6 points.
Trips right. 3 receivers to the wide side for the Tigers. Here's Lane giving, though, to Scalia straight ahead, and he works his way for a couple of yards. He is short of the first down at about the 17-yard line.
That will be the last play of the third quarter.
Okay, we invite you to stay tuned for the final period of play. We'll return. It's the Rebels 41 and the Tigers 7. You're listening to West Monroe football.
Some people buy cut-rate car insurance figuring they'll probably never have a claim. But then something goes wrong and there's no State Farm agent to turn to for help. So the choice is yours. Go with a State Farm agent who will be there for you, or go it alone.
Anybody can call themselves a team, but we've been together day in and day out for 9.5 years.
We work as a team, but we think as one, with the focus always being on the patient.
While others talk experience, we have it. Heart surgery at St. Francis Medical Center.
The third quarter, the Tigers playing fairly evenly with the Rebels after West Monroe really dominated the first half and, of course, used a lot of second-team players in this third quarter. It's 41-7 as we go to the fourth quarter of play now. Tigers recovered a fumble and drove it in for a score to get on the board during the third period, of course.
That Rustin Washita score is now tied at 29.
That's been a good one, hasn't it?
It really has.
Here's Neville, quick pass from Lane.
Oh, what a catch!
Out there by the tight end, Abney. Fights his way to the 30. He lost the handle on the ball. Whose ball? The 30. I think they maintained control. Abney got it back. He made a great one-handed catch of the pass from Robert Lane, and then he lost the handle. He got it back, and the Tigers will have it. They'll put it down on the 29-yard line. It's a first down and 10 there for Neville at their own 29.
I don't see how he caught that football. Just a great one-handed catch by the big tight end. He made a great move, and he had nothing but an open field ahead of him, and somehow he lost the football.
29-yard line of Neville, and Lane is back to throw, and he's hit as he lets it go. That's the closest the Rebels have come to sacking Robert Lane. Big pressure by Keith Thompson, and Jimmy got him just as Lane let it go. But you got to marvel at the great job Robert Lane has done against the West Monroe rush tonight.
He really has. He did a great job just getting off the football and throwing it in the area of a receiver to avoid the intentional grounding and save his team a big loss.
And he's only a freshman. He's certainly an outstanding football player. So the Tigers 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line of Neville. 3 receivers wide to the left, and Lane is going to roll left. He passes into the flat, and it is incomplete. Intended for Doyle at the 30. He had his hands on it, and he dropped it. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 as J.C. McKay was applying the pressure on the receiver for West Monroe.
Bill, I don't know about you, but Severo Doyle just doesn't look to be in this football game. He was really their go-to receiver coming into the football game, and he's done absolutely nothing.
Well, Jim, he got pummeled in the first quarter on a big hit by Brazil, and he's had those alligator arms ever since. I mean, they just creeping up, and he's had several balls hit him in the hands, just doesn't want to hang on to it, doesn't want to catch it.
Tigers their own 29. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. 1 running back scale. Lane is back to throw. He fires over. Incomplete, and a big hit at the 35-yard line. J.C. McKay leveled the receiver just as the ball arrived, and Fernando Beard fumbled the football. Or he didn't fumble it. He lost the handle. It is 4th down and 10. The pass is incomplete. Big hit by J.C. McKay.
Wow. That's exactly what you want from a defensive back. The receiver had just a split second to try and catch it before he was separated from the football by J.C. McKay. By the way, Ruston now on top, 36 to 29.
Goodness gracious, what a game. J.J. Johnson is deep.
Big pressure.
And the punt is away by the Neville Tigers, Benjamin Rogers. And a fair catch is called and made by the Rebels, J.J. Johnson at the West Monroe 43-yard line. So the Rebels will take it there, their own 43, early in the 4th period, 11:16 remaining in the game. 1st and 10 for West Monroe with a 41-7 lead over the Neville Tigers.
And Frank, the #1 offense is back in the ball game.
Chad Pilcher trots onto the field to direct the attack at quarterback. Wide to the right side will come number 5, Brooks Greer. He's okay after that clamp earlier. Adam Barfield goes wide to the right side, to the left side of the field. Here comes big Andrew Dade in the game late at tight end. Dade the fullback, and I think it's J.J. Johnson at tailback, and here's Pilcher faking and keeping across the 45, the 50, 45, goes to the 40 and pulled down from behind at the Tiger 40 is Chad Pilcher. He got 16 yards, and Jimmy needed about a half a step to beat the guy who caught him from behind at the Neville 40-yard line, and that was Darius Williams at defensive end.
And once again, Ivan Ludley is down on the field. He's had an ankle problem, and he's hurting again. We might want to take a break here, Frank.
We'll do it. We'll be back in 60 seconds. The Rebels ahead 41-7, and this is West Monroe football.
Jeremiah 9:24 says, "Let him who boasts boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord."
We would like to invite you to join us each Sunday morning at 9:24 a.m. in Fiesel Chapel at First Baptist Church of West Monroe for a brand new worship experience called 924. 924 features cutting-edge music, drama, video, and a message from our pastor, Dr. David Hughes.
You don't have a church home, 924 maybe that you've been waiting for. We'll be looking for you this Sunday at First Baptist Church at 924. It's a worship for a new generation.
You can travel from coast to coast, and still you may never find a better deal on car insurance than the one you'll find right in your own neighborhood. Because right now, your local State Farm agent is offering new policyholders substantial discounts on car insurance. So now you can get all the benefits of a discount rate, plus all the benefits of State Farm's friendly personal service, wherever you call home. Call a State Farm agent today to learn how much you can save on insurance from the world's leading car insurer.
Edward Day to the Rebels. So we came back to play during the commercial break from our radio, and Edward Dade has run for 17 yards. He has the ball, Jim, down to the 23-yard line of the Tigers, where it's 1st down and 10 for West Monroe as Jonas Nation made the tackle for Neville.
And boy, Edward Dade has had a big football game, hasn't he?
He indeed has. Had a 60-yard run for a score in the first half. Here are the West Monroe Rebels with a 1st down at the 23. Mitch Tucker's in at quarterback now, and he's going to bark signals and take the ball and pitch it out to Johnson. Sweeping left, cuts in at the 20. J.J. Johnson is down to the 15-yard line. Hard running by the junior running back, J.J. Johnson. He picked up 7, maybe 8 yards on the play and got it down to very near the 15-yard line of the Tigers, where the Rebels have 2nd and 3. Tucker Jefferson, the senior linebacker, on the stop for the Neville Tigers.
And I tell you what, if you can bring down J.J. Johnson one-on-one in the open field, you're really doing something. That man has some moves.
2nd down, about 3, the Rebels, just outside the Neville 15-yard line. Tucker shouting instructions, and Mitch Tucker's going to pitch it out, and J.J. goes the other way this time, and he fights inside the 15. He's down to the 14-yard line. He's short of the first down by about a yard. Hard running, but not much there. Darius Williams on the tackle for Neville. So the Rebels on the Tiger 14 will now have 3rd down, about a yard, maybe a yard and a half needed for this first down.
I tell you what, but big number 60, defensive tackle Alex Maurice had a chance to get J.J., but J.J. put a little juke on him, and with that little burst, that nice move, was able to pick up a couple of yards and avoid the loss.
He's got great quickness. He's fun to watch. 14-yard line, and here's the quarterback giving to fullback Dade, and he has the first down as he pulls his way down to the 10-yard line behind good blocking up in the offensive line. As the Rebels have a first down to the 10, they followed center Hank Hamilton and the rest of those linemen for the first down at the 10-yard line.
And right now, Jordy McConnell coming in to give Hank Hamilton a breather, and Andrew Whitworth coming off the field. So is Landon Fleming, but these guys, Fleming, Wright, Hamilton, Kaufman, Saunier, they've really played a good game tonight and dominated the line of scrimmage.
Here are the Rebels now from the 10. It's first down and goal to go. Mitch Tucker with an eye is going to give it into the fullback. Dade is down to the 5. Inside the 5, he's off his feet at the 2-yard line. Edward Dade again driving inside. The little guy knifing his way down inside the 5. He's very near the, we'll call it the 3-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and goal to go for the West Monroe Rebels. Hoping to add to their 41-7 lead as Jonas Nation made the tackle that time on Edward Dade.
And a couple of friends going head-to-head tonight, Frank. Ben Saunier for West Monroe and Casey Osmond for Neville grew up together.
Is that right?
And went to school together early on.
Rebels from the 3 and down the line of the option. Give it to Dade. This time they stop him. No gain at the line of scrimmage. Stood up as the 150-pound sophomore fullback Edward Dade, met by the linebacker Tucker Jefferson for Neville. So the Rebels on that play, in fact, did they lose a little yardage on the play? Where are they going to spot that ball?
Going to be just inside the 5, so you're right.
They did lose a little.
They lost a little, but Osmond and Saunier grew up together in West Monroe, went to school together, I think, through the 8th grade, and then Casey moved over to Monroe, and now they're going head-to-head, 2 of the best friends.
4th down and goal to go for the Rebels. The ball is just inside the Tiger 5. The quarterback is Mitch Tucker, the junior. He will take it and give it inside.
Touchdown.
In for the score is Edward Dade for the Rebels, his 2nd touchdown tonight. This one from just inside the 5-yard line, so that'll make it 47-7 with the extra point coming.
Wow. I'm just amazed at the complete dominance tonight by the West Monroe football team. The only time Neville scored was when the number 2s were in defensively, and the offense with the number 2s in had made a mistake.
Bill, how about the offensive line charge for Edward Dade?
Well, I tell you what, guys, I was going to comment on that. We've talked about a lot of stars out here, but I watched Lance Wright, guys, on this last series when they put the first team back in, have 4 pancake blocks in that last drive, and so the offensive line is just doing a tremendous job and has done so all night long.
Lee Deal's extra point is good, and we'll be back with a score 48-7 the Rebels. This is West Monroe football.
Now CenturyTel's made it twice as affordable to get cellular by cutting your access charges in half. And even that's only half the story. Get cellular with CenturyTel now and get digital access and 200 digital minutes as low as $17.50 a month. Half price. Want more savings? Sign up now and get a great Nokia digital phone with extended talk time battery for only $49.99. Ask about great savings on other CenturyTel plans too. Why think twice? Get to CenturyTel now and get cellular access for half price.
The Hickson Autoplex gives you
the best buying experience anywhere.
We start with selection, 4 franchises.
Over 30 different car and truck lines.
Acres of new and used inventory. Where else can you find over 1,200 vehicles?
And you'll like the way Hickson does business. We think it's about respect, about reliability, about finding unexpected ways to please our customers.
In price, our bottom line pricing policy assures that everyone pays the same low Hickson price.
Hickson Autoplex Alexandria.
And Monroe. Unless the Hickson name is on your car truck, you probably paid too much.
have the ball, their own 22, call it the 23-yard line, first down and 10, but they are trailing 48-7 to the Rebels midway through the final period of this 2-5A opener.
And Frank, let me get back to Brooks Greer and tell you why he got in trouble. The Rebel Club last week, you know, they invited all the seniors to come and eat, and I'll finish in just a moment.
Robert Lane has one running back behind him, and he will give it to him. Scalia's out to the 25. Got 3. Okay, Jim.
We had a lot of good food, and we had some meatloaf last week at the Rebel Club. And when we got through eating, Brooks Greer was walking out, and his mother grabbed him. She was mad at him, upset with him. She said, "I can't believe you ate that." And he said, "What, Mom?" She said, "Meatloaf." He says, "What are you talking about?" She says, "You never eat my meatloaf at home. That's the first time you've ever eaten meatloaf."
He may get a nickname, huh? Darren Smith just made that tackle on that play by the Tigers. James Scalia. Second down, about 7. Quick drop and pass by Lane is incomplete.
Oh, he is hit hard by number 80, Ron Hummel.
Yes, he is, but he still wasn't sacked as the freshman quarterback's done a terrific job getting rid of the football. That time he tried to get it to one of his favorite receivers tonight, tight end Tim Abney. J.C. McKay was covering, and it's going to be third down, about 7, the Tigers at their own 25.
Frank, by the way, Frank, you and Billy Banks called me this week and wanted me to express to the two of you what a great job you guys did on the radio. He says he listens to the game. He's unable to go from time to time, and he really enjoys listening to the broadcast.
Nice. I'm sure he meant for all 3 of us, not just for Bill and me. Here's a penalty flag going down before the snap of the ball, and we're going to have the Tigers, I believe, being penalized. Well, we sent our best along earlier to Mike Lynch, listening up in Pennsylvania to the game, and he's the guy who Bill interviewed before the game last week. He was here for the homecoming, and he's back home and listens on the internet every week. And you can actually hear the games anywhere in the country through the internet over Y106.
Well, Frank, they're going to call that against West Monroe. And number 20, the running back Darius Burks was in motion running towards the line. And we jumped off sides when he started to do that, and the penalty was called against West Monroe.
And he moved it to the 30-yard line of Neville, so the Tigers have it third down and 3 then after that penalty against West Monroe.
My man Heath Gilbert is in the ball game.
Couple of running backs for the Tigers behind Lane. He's dropping back on 3rd and 3, and he passes complete for the first down and out of bounds. No, he's not out of bounds. The 30 goes to the 40. Doyle open to the 50. He's at the 45-40. Breaks back at the 35. Avoids a couple of guys. Boom! And finally hit hard from behind and dropped at the 30-yard line of the Rebels. But an outstanding run by Severa Doyle after he caught the pass from Robert Lane. B.J. Simmons caught up with him and hit him from behind, and he really walloped him, Jim, after Doyle had avoided several Rebel defenders along the way.
Well, finally give Doyle some credit. He caught a pass. He tiptoed along the sidelines, and he was able to make a couple of great moves and just a big play for West Monroe. Against West Monroe.
That's the Severa Doyle we've been hearing about as he got it down to the Rebel 30. The Tigers have first down and 10 yards to go. They'll send 3 receivers right and 2 go left, and nobody is behind Robert Lane from the 30. Quick drop and pass, and it is incomplete. Try to go.
Boy, he got
number 43 for the Tigers, and Lane did go down hard after that play. Darren Smith, that's the big sophomore defensive lineman, and he gave him a wallop, Jim, as he let it go. The pass intended for Joseph Powell. It's 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
And just a quick pass, and it was overthrown. He was open. Powell was open on the play, and probably would have picked up some pretty good yardage. But Lane had to hurry his throw because Darren Smith was bearing down on him.
He's been hurried a lot, but the Rebels haven't sacked him tonight. It's 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Neville at the Rebel 30-yard line. One running back is back there, but Lane wants to throw it, and he goes into the flat, and he has his man again. It's a short gain to the 30-yard line. That reception, I think, is by Doyle again. Braxton Reich makes the tackle for the Rebels on a short gain on the play to the 30-yard line, a couple of yards on the play. Darius Burks it was rather than Doyle.
And he was thrown down by Braxton Reich for West Monroe.
They put that ball, actually they put it down about the 29. That's very near no gain. We're going to call it third down, about 10 yards to go for the Neville Tigers. Clock running with 5 minutes and 52 seconds left in this contest. If you just joined us, the Rebels lead at 48-7. And all West Monroe.
It's been all West Monroe.
Third down play, and Lane drops to throw it. He fires for the end zone, trying to go to Doyle, but it's overthrown and incomplete. And double coverage back there on Severa Doyle by Jared Frost, the sophomore, and Michael Stevenson, the senior free safety.
Want to say hello, too, to Gary Sin. I saw him at the bank on the way out this evening. Asked him if he was coming to the game. He said, no, I'm going to go down. camp with the guys and listen to you all on the radio. So, Gary, hope you're still listening. It's been a lot of fun here at Bill Ruppel Stadium tonight for all of the West Monroe fans.
It certainly has. The Rebels are going to win their 4th in a row against the Neville Tigers. 96, 97, 98, and now 99. 4th down and 10, Neville.
Neville's moving.
Lane is back to throw their stopping play, and the pass is away and incomplete, but I think probably they stop play before the snap, and they'll penalize them and then give them 5 more yards. Give them 1 more play after the 5-yard penalty. Orlando Beard, the intended receiver of Lane's pass that time.
If they do stop the play, if in fact they did stop the play, no, they're going to let it go. West Monroe will decline it, and it'll be 1st down, Rebels.
They certainly are. The Rebels are going to take over the football. So after Severa Doyle got it down to the 30-yard line, the Tigers couldn't move it another inch, and the Rebels take over at their own 30-yard line. 1st down and 10, leading it 48-7.
And the latest score we have on the Ruston game is 43. The Bearcats 43 and the Lions 29.
That's been a great game, but it looks as if Ruston's pulling out late in the contest over there in that other District 2 5A game tonight in Ruston James Field. Here are the Rebels at their own 30-yard line. Mitch Tucker, the junior quarterback, is going to take the ball and run the option. No, he didn't. He gave it to the fullback, who bangs it across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line. 3 yards in heavy traffic. I think it was Edward Dade, the little guy, number 1, who carried the football for West Monroe, and he got about 3 to make it 2nd down and 7. Alex Morrows on the tackle for Neville.
Well, they ran the option. They just ran it inside. They chose the first option, the fullback.
2nd and 7, the Rebels. The clock will run. We have 5 minutes remaining in this contest. Next week, another district game in Rebel Stadium against the Ouachita Lions. So here's Tucker on 2nd down and 7 from the Rebel 33. Long count by Mitch Tucker. He will take it.
Pitches back.
Pitches out. Has Johnson coming right, but he's pulled down for no gain. Well defended, as he couldn't get by the cornerback that time. He got him in his grasp and wouldn't let him go. Actually, defensive end Darius Williams, not the cornerback. Williams has played well for the Tigers tonight, and the Rebels have 3rd down and 7 at their own 33-yard line.
And good job by the defensive end for the Tigers, because he did bring down J.J. In the open field, and that's a pretty tough task.
Edward Dade at fullback and J.J. Johnson at tailback. A couple of wide receivers go to the left side of the field. 3rd down and 7. And Tucker's going to give it off to J.J. Johnson. Breaks one tackle, crosses the 35, but goes down short of the 1st down stick at the 37-yard line of the Rebels. So it is going to be 4th down and about 2 yards to go. And Mims Boyce and the punting team will come on for the Rebels with 4 minutes remaining in the game.
And I tell you what, J.J., he's on.